Your convoy's ready, sir. Welcome to the Pentagon.
Nothing less than our national security is at stake. He has no fear, no conscience, no weakness. We're lucky to have you back, Mason. Distinguished heroes.
I kept hearing numbers.
George.
Distinguished leaders.
Couldn't get them out of my head.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Good luck, Mason.
Mr. President?
Agent Mason,
Great honor, Mr. President.
sit. I'm told that you are the very best that we have. Anywhere. You will need to be. Mr. Mason, take care of it. All right. Hello, everybody. I hope we're having a good Friday night. I hope your Friday night is going a little better than mine. But we'll get into that here in a second. Let's say hi to some lovely folks. We've got Norscore, John, Jimesis, Lady Grey Eyes, hello, Peachy, Popper26, Caroline Saxby, Joe Vitale, Lame, Sage Rat, Peachy, Sarah Fantastic Publishing. Thank you so much for helping me out as a mod tonight. Caroline Saxby, good day. I hope you're doing well. All right. And we got NLHNTR. Hello, John. Hello. Hey, everybody. So unusual timing. Damn stress croc time. Yeah. If you have a stress croc, go ahead and get it handy because this is going to be a bit stressful. Pretty much across the board. So obviously I don't normally do Friday lives. And I wouldn't have if I hadn't seen one of the, I want to say probably one of the worst comments I've seen in a long time from Andrew Stonerock, actually, of all people, on Dust Productions comment section. He left this crazy comment here. We'll get to it. I'm getting a little ahead of myself here, but just I want to give you the context before we start looking at all this stuff, because he says in response to whatever live stream Dust put on, I hadn't had time to watch it yet. Somebody sent it to me and said, for the record, Seg, the paranormal engineer, and Ryan Buell will never be on any platform I am a part of. I do not have a problem with your content, referring to Dust. I've laughed several times. I took those screenshots myself. No one was trying to start drama. I was simply setting a hard boundary for my platforms. We are Switzerland. Right off the bat, I don't think you can be Switzerland and deny me, Seg, and I guess Ryan Buell. Again, I feel like it's super odd to throw Ryan Buell in here, but we'll get to all that. I just want to give you the context on. I received a message, and I'm sitting here. I'm like, I got to talk about this, and I think, truthfully, I think there was another reason to talk about this because of some stuff I've been seeing lately, which I'll get into here in a sec. Hello, everybody. I hope everyone's doing good. I'm going to read chat better than normal tonight. I want your input, you guys. I've made mistakes in the past where I don't read enough chat. I'm reading chat today. I will do a good job. I swear it. Sky Talker, thank you so much for the gifted membership. Really appreciate you. I did wear Crocs today. Norscore, thank you. Glad you're wearing Crocs today. How is everybody doing? Made it to the live. Yep, Canadian, you made it. Okay, so we'll get into this. Welcome in, everybody who's just kind of walking in. I think in order to get the context, so apparently earlier today, it hasn't been that long, so I'm not going to play the video because it's the first day that this video's come out. I don't want to play the video in its entirety. It's kind of like a an unwritten rule that we don't kind of watch someone else's video in its entirety on the first day. I don't want to do that to Blame the Algorithm podcast. There are some lovely folks on the Blame the Algorithm podcast that I really like, and I don't want to. I don't want to take any views away from their video. I do highly recommend you get the full context and watch their video. It's called. Let me throw it up here real fast. Which one do I pick again? Do I pick the Chrome tab or the full window or the entire screen? If I screw this up every time, you guys. I want to say it's the Chrome tab. So that's what we're going to do for now. Let's add it to the stage here. So we need to make something very clear. That's the name of it. Blame the Algorithm podcast. You know them. You got Heart Mode, you got Amber, you got Stone Rock, and you got J Cards Arts, right? Those are the 4 people. In this video, it's only Stone Rock and J Cards. That's the only people in it, as far as I can tell. But yeah, that's the video. Please go give it a watch. It's not very long. It's like 13 minutes. I'm going to read you the ChatGPT summary of it because you do need some context for this. Yeah. Croc wearers, who am I modding? Yeah, Sarah, this is a Croc-friendly stream, as always, so keep your Crocs handy. So this is a ChatGPT summary here. It says, this video responds to criticism that Blame the Algorithm crew continues to associate with and platform Lord Beagle during his conflict with a channel called Dust Paranormal. If you don't know what's going on there was a live stream, and Beagle came out publicly and said, look, I do not support what's going on in these Dust Paranormal live streams. That's essentially what he said. He was very blunt about it. And I respect him for that, honestly. I think he said a lot of what we've all kind of been saying. So Andrew explains that Lord Beagle is a longtime friend of several people in the group, but says this dispute between Lord Beagle and Dust is their personal fight, not something the podcast should be forced to take sides on. And this is going to be a really big point in what I have to talk about, this idea of taking sides, because it comes up time and time again with this stuff recently. He argues that being friends or collaborating with someone does not mean agreeing with all of their opinions or conflicts. Of course, right? Jordan agrees, saying no one directly involved has pressured them to choose sides, and that he does not regret platforming Lord Beagle. And why should he? Both make it very clear that if viewers decide to stop supporting the podcast because of who they associate with, that they're perfectly okay with that. Overall, the message is they are staying neutral in this Dust versus Lord Beagle feud and will not let audience pressure dictate who they can be friends with or collaborate with. That is the summary of their video. With a grain of salt, ChatGPT wrote that up. I did not write that up. But that is it. Let me look at chat real fast. Okay. So that's pretty much that video in a nutshell. And I do want to say real fast that I am so ready to be done with what's been going on for the past couple of months, involving myself, Florio, the Side-Eye Guy, Dust Paranormal, Joan from Ladies Fright. This stuff is exhausting, and it is probably the last thing I want to talk about. But at this point, it's gotten so bad and so severe that I have to stand up for myself here. And it's very clear that I don't think people understand what's going on, or at least they don't have the full picture. And so I want to try to, talk about some of that. And I think that plays heavily into the way Stone Rock reacted to my comments towards him. But essentially, I said I was kind of done with this drama. I don't want to talk about it, but it keeps coming up. And the reason I decided to kind of go back on that is because it's become clear to me over the last couple of weeks that they are not going to stop. Dust and his friends and what's going on in his chat is harassment. It is just harassment. They talk about me constantly. They criticize everything I do. They say things like I drink too much, and they say that I'm a drug addict, or they make up that they've heard rumors that I'm a drug addict. And they are talking about me in every single Dust live stream that's gone on for the past 2 months. Go look. I mean, it is all out there in the public for you to see, right? And at what point is it just harassment against me? I stopped talking about it for about a month, I want to say. Maybe it was a little less, to try to see if they would leave me alone and kind of just like if it would settle down. And it didn't. It didn't settle down. They continued to talk about me publicly. They continued to talk bad about me privately in private messages. And it's just so upsetting, because this all started for the sole reason that I did not understand why Kenny Biddle's apology to the side-eye guy took anything away from the very valid points brought up in the women's panel that Kenny put on, right? I said, hey, how does an apology to the side-eye guy have anything to do? How does that detract from the very valid points brought up by the women on the women's panel? Because I disagreed with them, because I don't share the same viewpoints as them, first of all, just kind of dogpiled me in that chat. And that's something I know a lot of people like to throw out around the world, dogpiling, around the word dogpiling. But in this case, it's very true. Florio and that Isabel Designs chick just left horrible comment after horrible comment coming out against me. And I don't want to rehash all of that, because a lot of you already know that. Like that, this is not new information. All of that happened. They brought me to the point where I was about ready to quit YouTube, and still they were relentless attacking me, just continuing to go at me. And I really was about to walk away from all of it. And finally, I kind of came to my senses, and I realized that, you know, it wasn't that big of a deal. But the shocking thing to this day that really still bugs me is the way that people continue to support these people who bully, who harass creators in our own community, in the debunking community. And people sit back and they say, look, it's not my fight. Or they say, I don't want to pick sides. It's not about picking sides. There is a group of creators sitting in Dust Paranormal's live streams. They're mods in Dust Paranormal's live streams that are harassing other creators in the debunking community, and nobody's calling it out. And nobody wants to say that they need to be condemned for their behavior. Their behavior is atrocious, and we'll go through it. But that's ultimately why I got back into this. And today, so the most recent example is with Lord Beagle, and Lord Beagle has come out saying a lot of the same stuff I've been saying, and has come out against Dust and what happens in those live streams, right? And for that, Lord Beagle has had a lot of the similar experience myself has had, Seg has had, I think Joe's even had some of it. Even like Boo Productions, I think, has had some of this kind of stuff thrown at them. And I don't wish it on anybody. It's not something I enjoy. It's not something I want to see in our community. I will read chat here in a second as well. But it's just something that I think should not continue to go on the way that it's going on. And today, this video was brought up. And apparently, you know, somebody, Isabel, actually the same viewer who has been behind a lot of this, who has said a lot of horrible things about a lot of people, says, I can't support Blame the Algorithm podcast anymore because you support Beagle and he's a bad guy because he called out Dust, whatever. And I don't actually think the response itself was bad from Stone Rock or Jay Cards. They have every right to support Beagle, and they say, hey, you know, we don't have to always agree with him. and that's perfectly fine. I don't think that Jake Hart should stop associating with Beagle because of this conflict with Dust. And why would he? Dust has come out time and time again and proven himself to be a terrible person, a genuinely bad person whose only interest is starting conflict and drama in our community. That's why he's here. He doesn't care about debunking. He doesn't. He wants drama. That's all he wants, and to start shit. That's his goal. All right? And so this live stream gets brought up, and they say they don't want to pick sides. They want to be neutral. And this is where I had a problem. And I left a comment on this video, and that's what we're about to get into. Because this is what kicks off this whole chain reaction that leads to Stone Rock associating me with Ryan Buell, throwing Seg in for seemingly no reason as well, because Seg hasn't said a word about any of this. And saying that we can never be on his platform. Never be on his platform, right? And I think it's really sad. I think there's a lot of confusion as well as to what's actually happened. So we'll get into it. But I want to catch up on chat before we do that. I don't want to leave you guys hanging in the dark. So let's say hello to some lovely people. Petals, hello. How are you doing? Hugs. Thank you. I appreciate that. Petals. God, I am sick of this. But I also am sick of people saying that this is drama. Harassment is not drama. And by the way, this is totally harassment. And I am more than willing to answer anyone who wants to kind of like challenge that and say, well, like you've played a part in this, and we can walk through that. And I'm happy to do that. But this is, at this point, just harassment against creators in the debunking community by other creators in the debunking community, right? That's what's going on. They should read the transcripts where Isabel kicks off. Pages and pages. Yeah. I mean, she has said so much bad stuff. But here's the thing. I noticed that they're trying to pin this all on one person, Isabel Designs. Florio is in that chat, constantly agreeing with Isabel Designs and what she has said about me personally. Joan is in there. Joan has gone on Dust's live stream to criticize my drinking publicly. What kind of person, what kind of right do you have to even talk about this when I've never done anything to show myself as somebody who has a problem with alcohol? What gives you the right to talk about my personal alcohol consumption, right? This is a debunking community. This isn't it's just crazy to me, but we'll get into it. So you say it's mostly just Isabel. It's not. It isn't. That is kind of how Florio is making this out, to say, oh, it's all this one bad viewer. They're actually throwing her under the bus. And that's not the situation here. The situation is that there is this group of people who go to Dust's live streams to complain, to attack and criticize other creators in this community. And they think they can do so with impunity. They think they have every right to speak their minds and talk all of this shit about other creators and harass them, and that there aren't consequences. And what I'm telling them is that there are consequences for these actions. There will be consequences for these actions. For starters, it's defamation against me. You have defamed me publicly with some of the stuff that you all have said. And I'm not the kind of person who acts on that kind of thing. I think going that route and getting legal teams involved in that kind of stuff is not something I want to do. But you need to be aware that your actions have real consequences. And when you lie about me publicly, there can be serious consequences for that kind of thing. And we'll get into that. I'm going to say we'll get into that a lot. Sorry, guys. Are we in high school still? I guess. I really don't understand this kind of behavior from people. And it's just, it's bizarre to me. Hey, Jenna, I hope you're doing well. Petals, no worries. It's weird. I'm a girl and have feelings. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that, Joe. The whole show is just the same people complaining every night. Normally, they at least go through a rotation. Yeah. Yeah, I went back and watched some of this, and I'm like, why are they talking about me? Because it's funny, because Dust will say things like, look, I haven't talked about Mason in a long time. And he's telling the truth in a lot of cases. He also lies just as much as he tells the truth about it. But there have been cases where it's not Dust talking about me. It's the people he's bringing on. It's this Cass chick. It's Florio. It's Ladies Fright. It's all of those people that are sitting in that chat just going at me. The other day, I have to find out that they're sitting there calling me Voldemort, talking about, oh, we can't say his name, right? I don't want you to say my name because I want you to leave me alone. You're harassing me. You're making my life hard, okay? And like some of this, I mean, look, it's internet drama and people can say, oh, it's internet drama. Leave it on the computer. When people start accusing you of being a drug addict, when people start criticizing your drinking habits publicly, and by the way, I have family that watches my channel who saw the shit they were saying. And that's what really sent me over the edge. You know, I have people I work with who saw that, who start asking me questions. And if I were to lose my job over something like that, I would absolutely be coming after them for it. There would be real hell to pay. There are consequences to the things you say in those Dust live streams. There are. They come after you because they're afraid of you. I don't think that's it, actually. I think they just think that they can't be held responsible for what happens in a chat in a Dust live stream for some reason. And I'm here to say that that's not the case. Some of the mods are, the mods are some of the worst in there. And the mods like to say, oh, we didn't see this comment. We didn't see that comment. The mods are the ones leaving the comments. They're the ones leaving these horrible comments. Yeah, it's vile. And it has some creators that are respected within this community who are some of the biggest instigators of harassment against myself, against Seg. I've seen it against Joe. I've seen it against a lot of people. And I mean, specifically when it comes to me and Seg, they have not left us alone for months and months. And it's so frustrating to deal with. And eventually at some point, like I have to talk about it. And I have to at least try to get people to see that this is behavior that needs to be condemned. It needs to be condemned. You cannot sit on the sidelines and watch people harass others in your own community. You can't. And we're going to go through it. Sorry, I'm a broken record. I know I have to be, but I really want to stress my point. Hey, Tom, hope you're doing good tonight. Really appreciate all your support for the channel. Sorry, guys, I'm crowing the chat a little bit. I'm not too far behind. I don't quite understand how you can sit there and blame the one lady, even though you yourself were quite literally shit talking too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I totally see what you're saying. You're talking about Florio. Yeah. They're trying to pin this all like it's one rogue viewer. No, it is systemic harassment in these Dust live streams. Go watch. They're all public. Dust keeps them up. And you can say a lot about Dust, but he leaves those up for the world to see, and more power to him for that. Yeah, moderators join in. I'm clueless about this. Kate, I'm sorry. I know a lot of this. If you don't know what's been going on, there is a group of creators in this community that are just so toxic and so vile, and they're being supported. And I can't sit idly by and kind of just let this continue anymore. I can't do it. The intent is to keep it alive and not trying to make things calm for the sake of the community is drama on the part of the one who's the source of the Discord. It is their personal problem. Yeah, but they won't. And this is what I said. Like, I thought it would go away. I thought these people would stop. And, you know, I expect this kind of behavior from channels outside of the debunking community, right? We expect that. Inside of the community, never. I would have thought, at the very least, the community at large would not stand for it. They would not stand behind people who are willing to lie about others in the community, who are willing to make up these terrible accusations against them, to sit there and just be so toxic and vile to the people that I used to think were friends, you know? But the second you disagree with them, or you go against their ideology or their beliefs, they put you on a list, and they do everything they can to make your life hell. That's what this is. Okay. So let's get into the comments. So once again, I want to reiterate, I think I've caught up a little bit here. Shout out to Crocs. Yeah. Support your local Crocs store, guys. So we get to this video. It's not about me at all. It is about Lord Beagle, and he is the latest person who's kind of been the target of a lot of Dust's live streams. And it's because he came out publicly and did what I think a lot of other creators should do and condemned Dust for his behavior. And his behavior is atrocious. And his chat, we're talking Florio, we're talking Joan. I mean, there is so much. It's shocking. It would fill a 100-page book worth of nonsense, just pure toxic garbage. And so he comes out and says, hey, I don't like that this is happening in our community. And somebody who's friends with Dust gets all mad, says, oh, I can't support these people because they support Lord Beagle. So they make their response and they say, we can support whoever we want. Totally true. You totally can. And they said, and we don't have to pick a side. And here's where I have the problem. And it's not a problem with only them. It's a problem with a lot of creators in this space. And it's something that needs to be addressed. And I couldn't sit idly by anymore and let this go. So I made a comment. And we'll get into that now. Oh, good. I don't even have to deal with audio problems because I'm not reading it out loud. So I'd say, so this is interesting. Obviously, you have the right to support whoever you want. Jordan has every right to continue to support Beagle. And why shouldn't he? Calling out someone like Dust, who's Dust Paranormal and Dust Productions are the name of his two channels, has time and time again proved himself to be a terrible person. And that isn't even a controversial take. I don't think that's a controversial take here. He is a legitimately bad person whose only interest is in stirring up drama in a community that isn't about drama. We're about debunking. That's what this is about. And I have to sit here, and every second I have to sit here and do this, I hate it. I can't stand it. But somebody has to fucking stand up and say that this isn't right. This is wrong. I'll continue. What I find more confusing about all of this is that Florio and Joan are both instigators in these Dust live streams. And the reason I bring this up is because Stone Rock says publicly that he's been talking a lot with Florio and Joan. And he says he's good friends with them. And that strikes a chord with me because anybody who watches those Dust live streams knows full well that they are some of the worst people in there. Maybe the worst. In some cases, I think they're worse than Dust himself. The shit they say is unbelievable. Unbelievable. They accuse myself and Seg of being transphobic, right? They accuse me of being a misogynist. And anyone who sides with me, by the way, Florio said anyone who sides with me and my opinions is a misogynist, right? And they call me, Florio comes up with these lies and says there's rumors going around that I'm a drug addict. Again, the first person to ever say that publicly is her on a Dust live stream. And it's crazy. And it goes on and on and on. I mean, there is no limit. Those are the three big ones that stick out to me, but they go on forever. And I'm sure at some point, I mean, go look at them. It's insane. So, you know, that's why I bring them up here, because he's saying, these are my friends. And I'm saying, hey, dude, those guys are bad news, really bad news. So I say what's even more confusing about all of this is that Florio and Joan are both instigators in these Dust live streams. We've all seen it. Joan comments on my drinking habits live in Dust's platform. Florio says publicly that she's heard rumors that I have a drug addiction and said if people agreed with me that they're choosing to side with a misogynist. And don't get me started on what they've said about Seg. Hell, I'd argue they're just as guilty as Dust, maybe even more so in some cases. And I have every right, and this is what threw him off, I think. he didn't expect, is I said, and I have every right to judge you for continuing to associate yourself with them, especially after what they've done to myself, Seg, and Lord Beagle. Beagle called it out for what it was. It's harassment. And it's not just from Dust, from Florio, Joan. Sorry, I screwed that up. It's harassment. And it's not just from Dust. It's from Florio, Joan, and the rest of their gaggle that hang out in those Dust live streams. And I even go on. Support whoever you want to support. He has every right to support them, but I will most definitely judge you for it. And I'm tired of talking about this, but the amount of people who are choosing to look the other way is shocking. Shocking. The amount of people who want to sit on the sidelines and watch creators in their own community get harassed and targeted and bullied by the people associated with Dust Productions and Dust Paranormal in those live streams is fucking insane. It's insane. You, as a creator, have a responsibility to this community to call out that kind of awful behavior. And I am speaking to everyone here. And there are many creators, we'll look at a few, who have come out and they say, oh, I don't want to pick a side. There aren't sides here. This is harassers and harassees, okay? That's what this is. They lie through their teeth about me. They go on day after day criticizing me. And when it starts to affect my mental health, right, they go just as hard, even harder. Yet when they have problems with their mental health, when it becomes too much for them, and we say, okay, you know what, maybe it's a good idea to drop this for their sake, and we do, it quiets down for a minute, and then they start it back up again because they can't stop. They're relentless. They're never going to stop. And I realized it. And I have to do something about this, guys. They're never going to leave me alone. It's all I want is for them to leave me alone. But they won't. And they especially won't if parts of this community don't condemn their actions. Okay. Let's catch up on chat here. The problem is the only way to condemn them is to go on his open mic. Yeah, and I won't go on there because it makes it seem like I am allowing this to continue. It's why I don't go on there ever. I cannot stand what he's doing there. And I think a lot of times they spin the narrative. I think they try to make it seem like, oh, hey guys, it's all good. It's all in good fun. It's not. It's harassment. And yeah, if you do try to condemn them in their own chats, the mods, they delete your comments. They're gone. They say you're a troll. In this troll live stream, apparently you can't have trolls who are actually just people, telling their opinions and their side of things. They can't have that. They can't have anything that goes against their narrative. Hawes, welcome in. Hope you're doing good. Yes, that's what I meant. Yeah. I totally understand what you meant there, Jesse. No worries. Megan, preach Mason. I'm in bed listening, but I can't deal with them or the people who support them. They're cancer. Yeah, they're just horrible. Good coffee. Hey, I'll bribe you with some good coffee, Sarah. You haven't seen any of that. Please go watch. Just go watch. Everything I'm saying is out there in the public. I got called in here to name and shame Fantastic Publishing for dissing the legend that is white chocolate. Hey, always welcome here. Always welcome here. We have, okay. So I think Seg wants to come on here and kind of give his take to this. I sent him the link in case he wanted to talk about it, since he does get brought up here in Stone Rock's comment, and I figure he has just a right to speak as anybody else. And Stone Rock, if you want to come on here and tell your side of the story, by all means, I'm more than willing to listen to you. Again, I think a lot of the problem here is that they are telling so many lies. It is hard to see the truth through all the lies, and I don't blame people for that. It's a lot to keep up with. So, without further ado, let's get the side-eye guy on here. Hey, Seg, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Hello, how are you?
I've been better. All things considered, not too terrible.
Yeah, it's been a lot, hasn't it? I'm happy just to keep my mouth shut for a minute until you finish what you want. Because the only thing I read. Hi everyone. Hey Friday House. Hello everyone. I'm happy just to wait because I really don't want to go on about some of the other people. I've already said what I want to say, and I've kind of I kind of like made a big deal about not wanting to get back into the drama, and it wasn't, what was that, like a week or 10 days ago or something like that. So don't get me wrong. God, there's so much I want to fucking say. But for the good of my own mental health as well as just the situation at large, I feel like the only thing I really want to talk about is Andrew Stonerock's comment in the Dust live stream that's been sent to me, but I'm happy to wait until you get to that at your own pace. So I'm happy just to kind of sit back and chill until you get there.
Sounds good. Yeah, and I'm in the same boat. I was so tired of talking about this, and I wanted to move on. The problem is with all of this is that I actually did watch a Dust live stream the other day. You probably didn't see it. I think it was his most recent
I'm not watching them.
I went ahead and watched it. And what is abundantly clear is that he's never letting this go. That this is going to be forever. They're never going to stop coming after us.
No, they're not. No.
And so the least we can do here is to make it very fucking obvious that these people are terrible. And so that's what I'm doing at this point. At this point, I've said, you know what? I'm not staying silent on this anymore. Here's what I really think, and here's what's going on. And I want at least my subscribers to be aware of it, so that when they see these live streams and they see these people saying all this negative stuff about me, they can know that it's all a bunch of bullshit. And it is. But yeah, I'll finish this comment section and then we can get into that.
Yeah, crack on.
So,
mate.
Yeah. So
can you can hear me okay, right?
Yeah, you sound good. Yep.
Okay, good. Just checking.
Clear as
all
day.
right, crack on.
All right, let me catch up on chat real quick. I'm far behind. Yeah, no politics for sure. I don't have any interest in politics. It doesn't interest me. Yeah, Beagle is a real chill guy. Absolutely. Mark, we need some good sarcasm law. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I've just blocked them all. Yeah. Well, here's the thing: is it's still going on. I mean, and how many creators have to be targeted by these guys before people finally stand the fuck up and say, "Okay, yeah, like this is crazy." You know, it is crazy.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I would like to sort of say before we get on to the Stonerock thing is that I totally agree with you. That the attitude of I'm going to stay out of this and all the rest of it. I'm going to try and be Sweden. I'm going to try and be neutral. I can understand that if we're talking about people coming along from I make a video on X Ghost Hunter and X Ghost Hunter. Like this actually happened with Twin Paranormal recently. I got an onslaught of Twin Paranormal fans coming at me. Hey, that's what I made the Side-Eye Guy knowing full well that was going to be a thing or very possibly going to be a thing. And it is often. I get this shit from the people I make videos on, right? What I'm not expecting, and I don't think should be tolerated, is this level of toxicity from within our own community. And I even think that's kind of, because I actually don't think Dust is really part of the community. I think at one stage he may have been, but I think our community isn't. I don't know anyone else who kind of is like, a self-professed troll in our community. It's not what we're about. It
has nothing to do with debunking.
It really doesn't. And like every single live stream of that I see with other people in our community, we are here to help people. We are here to support one another. If people have issues, they come with us and they can talk about this. If people have disagreements, they can talk about it in a safe place. And again, I don't really want to talk about him because he's obsessed with me and he's going to just make a mountain of a molehill about everything I say. But time and time again, Dust has done the exact opposite of all of that. And like, but like back on point is like, I don't think there should be no place of playing Sweden when it comes to this within the community. It should be stamped out.
It's an open and shut case of harassment.
Yeah, it's an open and shut case of harassment, exactly. And the thing is, like, there are people in our own community who still consider Dust to be part of it. I personally don't, but I know there's plenty of others that do. And
and those who associate with Dust, there are big creators who associate with Dust.
Well, it's pretty much what this whole stream's about and what the video on Blame the Algorithm was about. And so like, you know, I just kind of want to chime in that I totally agree with you on that point. And we can talk about it a bit more when we get round to that Stone Rock comment. Yeah.
Okay. So I say, I got way off track. So I make a point. I'm like, hey, I can judge you for your friends, you know, the people you associate yourself with. I mean, do matter, right? Like, if you associate yourself with these people, I have every right to judge you based on that association. He responds and says, you do realize that I stood up for you multiple times in those live streams. And it's true. I saw Stone Rock in those live streams making the point to say, hey, guys, like, maybe we shouldn't discuss his drinking, or hey, guys, maybe lay off of him, you know? I saw him do that, and I appreciated it. But here's the thing, and here's what I say back. I say, yes, that's exactly it. If you've seen the kind of awful behavior going on towards myself and others, then why do you still choose to associate with these people? Why are they still your friends? It's a genuine question because I don't understand it. I appreciate you standing up for me, but it doesn't change the fact that you continue to support the very people whose actions you stood up against. Right? You say, hey, I disagree. You say, I cannot stand for what's happening here. But they're still my friends, and I'm going to support them as they continue to do the exact same thing to still myself. So the exact same behavior is going on. And now they've attacked another one of your friends, Lord Beagle. Yet you sit there and you say, oh, I love Joan. I love Florio. I love Dust. They're great. They're funny. They're not. They're bad people. They're just bad people. And so I come back and he responds and he says, I never defended their actions towards you. I never supported anyone saying any of that to you. He's clearly missing the point that I just made. He's kind of reiterating his stance. So I try to make it a bit more clear. And I say, you said in your last comment that you would never support anyone saying this stuff about me. So you know that their behavior is wrong. If my friends acted like this, I would tell them to stop. And if they didn't, then I would condemn their actions and cut ties with them. This terrible behavior continues to this day, and to continue to support them or to turn a blind eye to what's happening inside of our own community is a coward's move. It's not drama. Dust and his crew, which includes Joan and Florio, are just harassing members of our community out in the open for everyone to see. It's completely out of hand, and I'm standing up for myself and for others because I want this to stop. I want it to stop. And it's not going to stop if members of this community will not do the right thing and condemn their behavior. If half of this community... Sorry, what were you going to say?
No, sorry. I thought you stopped. You crack on.
No, that was it. I don't know what I was saying after that.
I just wanted to say that I think it's worth noting as well that we both, Mason and I believe Lord Beagle, have tried to de-escalate, and Jeff and Dana from Boo Production as well, and Joe have all at certain points tried to de-escalate this, and it just and I think this is where the frustration, because like I made that live stream like a week ago where I kind of like slammed Dust and all those people, and it came from a place of frustration. It was a moment of weakness, and it came from a place of frustration. And a place of like this being like having people having a go at me nonstop, spreading falsehoods and lies about me for 2 months. And
this has been the last 2 months that they've been doing
it's been 2 months of this. And like I snapped and made a live stream. It's beneath me. I wish I hadn't done it. I regret it. It made me feel dirty. There's no other way of saying it. Like, it made me feel kind of gross. And I didn't want it on my channel. But it comes from a place of frustration because it doesn't stop. And I have tried to stop it. Now, every now and then, am I perfect? By no means. Like, do I have these moments of weaknesses and that, I might blow up? Yeah, it happened. But it happened for a reason. And it seems that a lot of people on that sort of side, on this sort of like side, or the dust side of things, are trying to play innocent. That the reason it escalated to the way it escalated, they had a very big part in playing that. Now, did we have a part playing it? Yeah, for sure. But I will say, we both have, especially Mason and I, have tried to de-escalate this. We have tried to stop this multiple times. I have not seen that same effort being made on the other side whatsoever. Every time we try and stop it, it comes back twice. Like, I almost see, the way I view it is that they see other people trying to de-escalate things as weakness, and they kind of seem to
capitalize on it.
They
start up
capitalize
again.
on it, and they try to kind of like think, oh, we're going to kick them when they're down, and like, us trying to de-escalate things should not be seen as weakness.
Yeah, you're totally right. And God, it's so frustrating because I want so badly for it all to go away. But I've realized now that the only way that that's going to happen is to convince you guys, right? This isn't some kind of call out to Dust or to Florio or to John. They're not going to change anything.
Yeah, can I also say, don't go over there and give any hate.
Yeah, absolutely do not go over there. And
please
give
don't go
hate.
don't go over to blame the algorithms video and leave any hate to anybody. Don't go over to Dust. Don't go over to Florio. Don't go over to Ladies Fight. Don't go over none of them. Please don't do it.
Don't interact with them at all. They want you to interact with them, right? That's what they. And I say they. I know Dust definitely wants you to interact with him. He's desperate for that interaction. Don't give it to him. He doesn't deserve it. But this isn't a video to call out Dust. This isn't in response to him. This is me trying to reach out to you and the other creators in this community to plead with them to do the right thing and to condemn this behavior, to tell your audiences that this is not acceptable behavior. It's not. Under no circumstances is this acceptable. And that's kind of what I'm getting at. So I don't think, did I get through this one? Yeah, I said it's a coward's move to kind of look the other way. And this whole conversation around sides, there are no sides here. There aren't. I don't even know how you can kind of frame it that way. There is right and there is wrong. And what is happening here is wrong, right? And like Seg said, we had some part to play initially in this. But again, even then, when you look at how this all unfolded, we responded to what was thrown at us, accusations made against us, not the other way around.
Yeah, this is going to sound a little bit childish, and I'll take that on the chin, but like, it is a kind of like who started this as well. And it wasn't us.
No.
That's not even up for debate. You can like, this is the thing, the receipts are all there for this one, guys. Just go back and watch. This all stemmed from a private conversation I had with Kenny Biddle, and he made a public apology over a public statement that he made.
Yep.
And it's escalated and escalated and escalated, because I don't want to go in about it too much right now, but I've got my reasons on why I think it's escalated so badly. But like, that wasn't us. All that came from this was just us sort of saying, we don't understand why this has become such a contentious issue right now. And just the the mere audacity for us to defend ourselves has got to where we're at right now.
This is actually a good point. I want to bring up this comment here. So Big Stu's World says, you say they won't stop, so you have to do something about it. What can you do about it? Respectfully, if you don't discuss it and just accept that 30 people think wrongly of you and move on, it ends. So this is the misconception. Because there is a good portion of this community that continues to support these creators, it won't end. In fact, it could get worse. While people sit idly by, these channels continue to grow, right? They continue to bring people in. If they're not condemned, people will continue to do this to us. And it isn't 30 people, by the way. So it is a vocal minority, but they're continuing to target other creators. If it's not me, it's Seg. If it's not Seg, it's Lord Beagle. Who knows who's next on that list, right? Why let them continue to do this to other people when we know it's wrong right now? It's wrong. I can stop it. What I can do is to try to tell the other creators and the general public who watches debunking content, the real debunking community, that this is wrong and we need to just not allow this to continue the way it's continued. I think that makes sense. Seg, did that make sense? I feel like
Makes
maybe
sense.
I rambled on that one.
No, makes sense. Yeah.
I don't want to ramble on too bad.
Too late.
Yeah. Okay, so we get through all that. We'll move on here. And we get to what happens on this Dust Live. Let me actually look this up real fast. Here, let me take this off the stage. Let's see if it might not even still be up. We'll see. What channel is this? Okay. All right, here we go. This is where it just gets absolutely insane, right? So this back and forth with Andrew Stone Rock that I had. Look, I understand his argument. I really do. And I think you guys see kind of the perspective I'm coming from. I don't really even have an issue with the guy. I think so the reason he doesn't like me, and this is going to become clear when we look at this comment. We'll go ahead and throw it up here. So he responds to a live stream that Dust did today after saying that he's not picking a side, and says, for the record, by the way, this is the best part of all of it. I could not believe this.
This is why if it's nothing else, forget about everything I've said before. This is why I wanted, because I want to say before you read this, man, I don't get shocked too easily these days. I've been doing the Sardo Guide for long enough. I was sent this, and I'm like, what the hell? What the fuck did I do?
Yeah.
Even when I stay the fuck out of it, I still get fucking thrown into the comment section.
It's such a good point. It's such a good point too, because you say what if 30 people? Well, no matter what, they're going to continue to do this kind of thing. They're just they just don't stop. I don't know how you can even. I don't know what the thought process was here. If I'm being honest, I don't know how you got brought into this. I've been talking for God knows how long, and you really don't come up. And as far as it's concerned with what Stone Rock posted today and what's happened today, you have no business being in
the blame the algorithm thing was about Lord Beagle, not me. I don't know what's going on. What? Yeah. Anyway, you crack on.
Sacred Grounds Australia, thank you so much for becoming a member. And Tom, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. Woo! My dad always told me growing up, tell me who your friends are, and then I will tell you who you are. That is an awesome quote.
Yeah, it's a great quote. That
is a fantastic way to put this, Tom. You are awesome. And that is such a good point.
Yeah. Love it.
If your friends are these kinds of people, what does it say about you? Such a good point. So now we get to this comment. After that whole back and forth, Stone Rock hops on over to Dust's live stream and says, for the record, Seg, the paranormal engineer, and Ryan Buell, of all people. Good God. How can you rope us in? I know.
Why are we getting roped in with Ryan fucking Buell?
What? It's not that bad, man. Our back and forth does not warrant the other person being Ryan Buell here, just to say it out loud. Will never be on any platform that I'm a part of. I do not have a problem with your content. Directly contradicting his video, by the way. He goes, I don't have a problem with your content. He says almost verbatim in his video, oh, I don't like Dust. I don't like what he says about people. Yet you come over here and say this.
Oh, Jesus.
I know.
Oh, you could. Honestly,
it was shocking.
This is like fucking satire. This is so weird.
Every time, we just came off the Haunt Media situation, and every time I think I've seen it all, right?
We're
and this
still
is
in
kind
the
of why I
Twilight
titled
Zone,
it
man.
this way.
We're still in the Twilight Zone.
It is so backwards. How is it that calling out harassment in the debunking community is somehow a hot take? Or I have to sit here and defend myself from people who say things like, oh, dude, just get over it, man. It's like, no, how about we fucking deal with the creators in this space who are harassing other creators? There's no place for them in our community. No place to excuse this kind of behavior. Anyways, I do not have a problem with your content. I laughed several times. I took those screenshots myself, which I also think he says he was sent screenshots in that video. Am I wrong? I could be wrong.
I can't remember. I did notice that there's been several people that are trying to make out they're shit talkers. That people are trying to start.
We should look at some of those comments. We'll look at some of those comments.
I'm not sure exactly what the insinuation is. I think they're trying to say that other people are stoking the drama by sending Stone Rock those screenshots, but then Stone Rock just says he got them. And I feel like the reason you must be right, actually, because surely, I can't remember to be fair, but surely if people are making the effort, and there's more than one person, there's a few, I think. If people are making the effort to say, oh, who's sending you those screenshots? They must be troublemakers. Surely then Stone Rock must have said, hey, this was sent to me. Right?
Yeah.
That just makes sense, right?
I swear, maybe I can look at the transcript or something. But I don't want to be wrong. There's a chance I'm wrong.
Just to give you a heads up. Jordan just came in and said that you have permission to play the video if you want to. But before we do that, we started on this Stone Rock comment. Now I need to finish this because thank
you, Jordan. I appreciate
why
that
I joined your live stream in the first place. This is phenomenal.
Yeah. So
thanks for that, Jordan. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Do appreciate that. And again, I didn't see any problem with you defending Beagle. I didn't see any problem with it. I took those screenshots myself. No one was trying to start drama. I was simply setting a hard boundary for my platforms. We are Switzerland. Now, the irony in saying we are Switzerland as you ban one side of the argument doesn't feel like Switzerland to me.
Oh, shit. Actually, I think earlier I said Sweden. And I meant Switzerland. My bad.
Switzerland.
I think I said
neutral,
Sweden
right?
before.
Neutral. No, there's no bias either way.
No,
but this sounds like hard bias. Oh my god!
I would never work with Seg, Paranormal Engineer, or Ryan fucking Buell. But we're Switzerland as well.
We're Switzerland. Hey, Dust actually responded. I didn't see Dust's response. What the heck? I clicked it and it didn't do anything.
Oh, I don't know. Oh,
weird.
Don't know. Okay. So I just want to sort of say a couple of things about this. One, Stone Rock, I don't know what your problem with me is unless because you literally go from, it's so ridiculous. You literally go from saying, I don't like Dust to, it looks like right here, you're trying to brown nose the guy. I don't know what's happened there. But That's fine. For the record, I don't want to be. I don't want to be on any of your platforms at all. And you may want to talk about this with some of the other people that you share Blame the Algorithm with, because actually, I got invited on by Hard Mode Horror and I think Jordan as well. Maybe correct me if that was correct, Jordan. I think it was both of you who wanted me to come on and play some games with you guys, which I would have been up for at some stage, but not now. Like after reading that, why the hell would I want to do that?
Totally, and I have a lot of
totally unprovoked. Totally, like I don't know where you're going with that, Andrew. But like, I don't know. You just come across as a bit of a dick right here.
Yeah, and I have a lot of respect for Heart Mode and Amber and Jordan. Personally, I just don't know Jordan that well, but I don't have an issue with Jordan. Now I do know why. I know why Andrew doesn't like me, and it's because when this first happened, and I was accused of drinking too much on stream and of potentially having these rumors circulating that I was a drug addict, I made a post and I said, "This is crazy, guys! Like that they're doing this to me. All of this is lies, and I'm really struggling with this. And like I said, like I'm going to leave the platform and I'm not coming back." You know, and at the time, it's important to remember, I had people in real life reaching out to me about this. And this is another thing to point out with the person who said, oh, well, only 30 people are ever going to see it. It's online. It did not stay online. Like there are people who follow my channel in real life. There are real consequences to this shit. And for like, I almost lost my train of thought there. What was I saying? I hate that people in my real life saw
people in your private life.
Yeah, and so I make a post talking about that, and Andrew responded, and his response was essentially, and I am paraphrasing here. I really wish I had the comment because it came off. I think he meant well, but it came off like a real dick move. It pretty much just said, "Get over it." That was what he said, and I said, "How about you?" First of all, I told him to get bent, because it was a dick move to leave that comment. And I was in a bad place. I really was in a bad place. And the last thing I needed to hear. Can I just
quickly ask, with the because I saw the get bent comment, is that really a nasty? Because we don't say that in Australia or England. Like,
get bent is just like.
Get bent, I think of Bart Simpson saying it.
Yeah, it's where I got it. Get bent is a nothing. I was intentionally, because I had the suspicion that he did mean well, he was just being kind of a dick. Like I didn't really have an issue other with the fact that like he was being kind of a dick. And when someone's kind of a dick, my response is, "Hey man, get bent." There's nothing serious about that. It is a very casual, like, yes, it means, hey, it's pretty much a nicer way of saying fuck you, right? That's what it is. And I intentionally didn't say that because again, I saw maybe he didn't mean it that way, but it was still a dick move. So I responded with "get bent." And I deleted it pretty quickly because I got a lot of shit for that comment and people disagreed with it, and that's fine. And ultimately, I even apologized to him and I said, "Hey man, like I was going through a lot and I just didn't appreciate your comment. On top of everything else, it was just kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. I didn't need to hear that." But I did say, you know, looking back, you do have a point. Like I should try to ignore it. Now, ignoring it hasn't worked at all. It's only gotten worse, I think. And they get more and more just angry and they go back and forth with each other. But ultimately, that I think is what set him off on not liking me, was because I told him to get bent. So then he comes back today and I disagree with him and I say, "Hey man, if Florio and Joan are going to be your friends, I'm going to judge you for that. And I should judge you for that. I think they're bad people." And then he goes and does this. I think they're directly related. I think they are related. I think he already didn't like me. And because of what I said today, that was the final straw. And he goes, "I'm not picking sides, but you know what? After what Mason said, I'm Team Dust." Right? That's what I have to assume happened here.
I'm going to say, like, you know, if you want to be Team Dust, whatever. Like, you know, we've already kind of like made it very apparent on, you know, where where we believe people should stand on those who harass and bully, but whatever. But like, it's the weird flip-flopping on this. It's the weird contradictions. I don't know. There's so much about this where I just don't. It makes me think some weird stuff has happened behind the scenes.
I don't know what to make of it. Even with
so
what I
bizarre.
just explained, it still doesn't really add up here. I'm like, what do I have to do with Ryan Buell? Okay.
Yeah,
like,
why? Unless the only thing I can think of there is like Andrew just picked out the 3 people that he knows that Dust likes the least.
Maybe.
And I'm like, I'm like, fine, you crack on, man. But like, if you thought I wasn't gonna read that, like that was sent to me like 2 or 3 times, I think. Like, because it's so bizarre.
Yeah, it is. There aren't really words. I can't. For starters, for you, because I explained why I think I'm involved. I don't see any reason for you to be involved in this.
Yeah, it was. That's what I mean. I'm just left there, kind of going, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Well,
and how often does Switzerland actually side with anybody? Which is clearly what's happened here. So I don't know.
Yeah, how can you say we're Switzerland and then you say, for the record, I won't want these people on my platform? That's not fucking Switzerland, mate. Like,
yeah.
Jesus.
I don't know, man.
Fucking hell.
I don't know. As serious as this is, up to this point, when I saw this, I laughed out of confusion. I didn't know what else to do. I still don't really know what to do with this comment other than say, wow, I think that's what I put in the description. I looked at this and I went, wow, okay.
And like, I just want to make it clear as well, you're also contradicting the whole video you just made.
Yeah.
The whole video, you're like, oh, we're not picking sides. All the comments in there is saying, yeah, how childish is it to pick sides? We're not at school anymore. Picking sides is really bad. And, Mason and I have an attitude of, you know what, when one side is acting the way that side is acting, it's not just a matter of picking sides. There's more to it than that. But if that is Andrew's perspective, and there's a whole bunch of people in the comments agreeing, to then write that comment, not only do you contradict yourself in your own, in the 2 or 3 sentence comment that you just made, but you also contradict everything you just made in the video. Because you've clearly picked sides.
Hey, so I want to address this real fast because this is a good point. And this is why I don't like paraphrasing, because this is fair. He says he didn't tell you to get over it. You and I had this discussion in the comment section. You attacked him for basically telling you not to let bad people ruin your mood. So I've got the comment right here that Stone Rock left for me. Just so I guess is this fine? There's nothing weird on here. Yeah, this is the comment. It says, dude, just let it go and move on. You don't need to leave the platform because a group of people doesn't like you. Not everyone is going to like you. You are a public figure. Take a couple days off and get back to the grind. Don't address the situation or the people. If they keep talking, then let them. And again, I think he did mean well here, sort of. But the problem is he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know that they just, he should. I wrote it in the note. But when people are saying that you drink too much on your lives and people are accusing you of being a drug addict, right? In your own community, the people who are supposed to be with you and your friends, saying things like, hey, you're a public figure, just let it go, right? No. How about people stand up for what's right and do the right thing and condemn this kind of behavior, which is my whole point. And again, just to reiterate, I responded and I said, get bent. I later regretted it. I reached out and I did apologize to him for it, even though I do still feel that his comment was not appropriate given the situation. I was in a terrible space. That was obvious. I'm leaving the platform in that post. I say, I'm leaving. I don't think I'm coming back, right? And get over it is not the correct response. Have a little sympathy for people and what they're going through is how I would respond to that. But that was a point worth making. So I'm glad I was able to get that comment so we could actually discuss it. Okay, that was all I had there. Where were we? Let's look at some of the comments from other people. on the other video. Does that seem like the right move?
Ah,
I think so.
you're live, mate. Whatever you want. I can shoot off now as well. I kind of like said what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Or I could stick around. I don't mind. I should be editing, but I'm not. Here I am.
Let's listen to chat for a minute. I've gone too long without chat. Let's see what they've got to say. All right. Oh, Sky, thank you so much for the gifted membership.
I just find it so bizarre to lump us in with Ryan Buell as well.
Yeah.
Sorry,
On top of
Sky
everything.
Talker. Woo, Sky Talker.
Thank you, Sky Talker. Thank you so much for the gifted membership. I really appreciate it. I stopped watching all the paranormal stuff except for my favorite chums in here. Yeah. Some of these people. Public shaming needs to come back. I don't know about that. It's just like calling out bad behavior. Like, we call out the bad behavior of ghost hunters. Like, that's what we do. Why would we not call out the same bad behavior within our own community? It's hypocritical not to. Right?
Absolutely. I would say, like, that's the thing. Like, a lot of the stuff that we've seen that's happened over in Dusting, if that happened, with Haunt Media and all the rest of it, we'd be going fucking nuts.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Sex scared all the Yowies out of Queensland.
Yeah, where the hell are they now?
Isabel commented on, I'm sure she did. I have her blocked. Like, I did try to block some of this, but it just goes on and on and on. And more creators are being affected. At what point do we stop and realize, like, hey, too many creators are having a problem with what's going on in one channel. And what's going on in there is a load of horseradish. All right. It's fish paste. You have permission to play our video and go through it. Thank you, Jay Carts. Really appreciate you. We may do that. I do feel like the only reason I won't maybe is because the point is very clear in the video. You don't want to pick sides, but you still support Lord Beagle and will platform him. Like that is what it is, right? Like I think most of us will get that. And it's 13 minutes. People should go watch it. Like,
that's my takeaway from it. Yeah, pretty much.
Mason, please sue this guy. I don't like lawsuits. I don't like defamation. I don't like taking people to court for this stuff. It's just calling out what deserves to be called out.
Yeah,
that's most important to me.
Talk about something else.
Just move on. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Talk about something else. Get a life.
And like, I can't overstate how much they have been talking about me and Seg for over the last 2 months. It is obsession. It is obsession. Here, you want to see? Let's actually look at this. I do want to go back to their video to look at.
Oh, please don't make me watch a Dust Live.
I'm not making you watch a Dust Live. Don't worry. I wouldn't put you through that, man.
You do absolutely subscribe to the channel. 100.
Okay. So this is the funny thing, right? And my own points are proven for me here when this Unicorn Rainbows 420 chick gets brought into this. This is somebody who is highly involved in all this harassment. And when you click on her channel, here's what you're going to see. You're going to see 4 videos breaking down how I got everything wrong. And then God knows how many shorts along the same lines, accusing us of
everyone's
crazy...
so soft, everyone's so sensitive.
What am I looking at? Here we go.
And now, for
look at
no
this
good
crazy,
reason at all,
like,
we're going to go harass a baby frog.
Can you hear this?
Here we go, folks.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hi, baby frog.
I don't want this audio to play right now. Holy. Oh, there we go. Okay, so they have these like conspiracy theories they're cooking up about what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything. The problem is you don't leave me alone. Like, all right, let's look at this. Step 1. Random woman pisses off white content creator. What the hell does me being white have to do with that?
Sake.
Right? And this is one of the biggest supporters in Dust live stream. She's in there all the time. She's in there all the time. She's made 4-part series about me. And they're unhinged. This is unhinged behavior. And this is the kind of shit they support in Dust's live stream. Step 2, white male content creator rages out on live stream, frothing up their fan base.
Yeah, again,
are you
it's
guys
one of those
frothing
things where
up?
it's like, let's leave out the bit on why anyone's upset in that moment. Let's leave out that very, obviously must be insignificant bit of context. Maybe it's like, they were being fucking harassed themselves for 2 months.
I can only do, I'm a person at the end of the day. We have breaking points and I'm at mine. This cannot go on. This just can't. It is so much to see this stuff day after day. And I can't even escape it. No matter who I block. Like I haven't blocked Blame the Algorithm. Why would I? Yet it continues and it will not stop. They're relentless. They'll never quit. So the best we can do is have this community stand up together and say, this shit is not okay. And here's why. And so I'm trying to start that right now. Am I doing a good job? I don't know, but it's all I can do at this point. Step 3, female target thoroughly crushed, mission accomplished. What do you even mean? Like, what does having to be a woman have to do with this? Why am I trying to crush women? I don't want to crush women. I don't have any interest in this.
Can I just stop you there? Stone Rock, if you go to the very bottom, he's just responded in the live chat here.
Okay, let's see. What does any of this have to do with me or my podcast? Literally the only thing I've ever publicly said. This doesn't have to do with you. It's a comment on your... This is somebody who commented. By the way, you liked this comment. But this is someone who commented on your video. And this is someone who's constantly in Dust live streams making claims about me. That's how it's all connected. Yeah, I hope that helps. Is there anything you think you want to add?
No, I just would. If you
connected
Andrew,
me to Ryan Buell.
Andrew, if you listen to what we said earlier when we read out the comment you left on Dust thing, if you want to actually address that, I would be fascinated to hear, because there's a lot of us that are just left utterly bewildered, we're left in total bewilderment about where you were, what you really meant by that comment.
Why, Andrew?
My big thing is, why bring me into it?
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's probably the only real question
I
have.
I don't want to make it all, it's your live stream, man. I don't want to make it all about me, but
No. That's the only real question here. Andrew, I did answer this. I responded to this directly in your comments. I also responded to it in the live stream. I think it's just in the last 30 minutes or so. But I even said, like, I am grateful that you defended me.
Sorry, Andrew's saying, Andrew, it might be, come join. Like, I'm sure you could have a link sent to you. Come join so we can talk to you about this, rather than just reading out your messages. But, also, I did not connect you two to Ryan Buell. You did. And you literally, words matter,
go back
mate.
to it
You
right
said
now.
Seg, Paranormal Engineer, and Ryan Buell.
Absolutely. Subscribe to the channel, 100%.
Wait a minute, it goes, you two are mentioned in the same sentence, that's not a connection. I disagree. I think it is a connection.
How? Yeah, if you want to say just me and Seg, just leave Ryan Buell out of it. What does it have to do with
I don't know what Ryan Buell has to do with any of this. But, ignore the Ryan Buell. The Ryan Buell thing's bizarre in itself. But, why me? Why are you bringing me into it? I didn't say jack shit.
Yeah. And I even explained why I thought you would why I thought you left this comment in the first place. I do think I understand why you would say this. And I explained it. And I want to say that I was fair. I even read out the original comment because I did kind of get it wrong. Right. And I apologize to you. I don't know if you ever saw it, but I apologized to you on Facebook. And it was a really heartfelt apology. I said, look, I thought your comment came off like kind of a dick move. And I said, I was in a really bad place. And the last thing I needed to hear in that moment was, dude, get over it, right? When people are accusing you of being, you know, a drug addict, when people are criticizing your drinking habits publicly for hundreds of people to see, it is something you have to deal with. And I'm a new creator still. I have not been doing this that long. And a little sympathy goes a long way.
Can we get Andrew to join? Andrew, join. Can we get Andrew? Can you come on? Because you're chatting away in the live chat. I'm more than happy to have a conversation with you about this.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Since you're in the live chat here, you must be clearly you must be okay with it being made public. I'm happy for it to be made public. I've got some questions. So if we could, like, I don't know, I don't even know how to send these things.
Yeah, I can send the link, but I don't know if Stone Rock, I think Stone Rock follows me. Let me see. And Jay Karts is welcome to come on too. I say that because I don't want it to feel like it's me and you versus him.
Yeah,
right?
I don't want to feel dogpiled on. Believe me,
yeah.
I've been on it. I've been on enough.
Yeah, and the chat should also be
where you feel dogpiled on. So like, I don't want it to feel that way.
And I want to make that point right now. Please do not leave any rude comments to Stone Rock while he's in here. I don't appreciate that. It doesn't help further me or this conversation or any of that. So let me see what I can do here, actually. Okay. Oh, is this going to bring up the whole window? I hope not. Okay, it won't. Okay.
Joe's saying if you can send the link to him and he can send it to Andrew.
I've got him. I've got him right here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, sent it to you. Yeah, okay. I sent it to him. So he has it if he wants it.
I mean, perhaps, okay, so the Queen of the Underworld says it might be an unintentional connection. It could well be, but it's very easy to perceive that as being a connection between myself, Mason, and Ryan Buell. It's a very odd way to structure the sentence, in my opinion. But
especially when Ryan Buell comes out of left field, he doesn't have anything to do with this situation. So,
yeah,
so why bring him up?
I agree, but like, if I can give, that's actually one of the most minor questions I've got about this whole thing, to be perfectly honest. But fine, I'll take. This is the trouble, isn't it? When you write things can be the tone can be off. You might misunderstand what people are saying. That's very common when with the written word. So fair enough if that's the case. But there are so many other questions I've got.
Yeah, I agree. I'd love to hear this explained from his perspective. So hopefully he does join, but we'll see. Let's see what people.
I will say as well. You've got my word here, Andrew. That I'll be. I like to think that most people can sort of see when I have these debates with people, I am for the most part pretty polite.
Yeah. Dust mentioned U3, and I said U3 while mirroring him. Maybe. I don't know. That's possible.
I will give this. So he's saying he can't join. He's still at work. Get off your phone. Go back to work. Stop texting. But like, if that's the case, because to be fair, I've said I'm not watching Dust live streams. I didn't watch this Dust live stream. I won't ever watch another Dust live stream. So maybe that's the case. But like, again, okay, fine. If you can text here, Andrew, just answer me this. What's your problem with me? Why did you go from saying you want to stay, you're not picking sides and all the rest of it, saying you're Switzerland, but then literally make the effort to say you will not have me on any of your platforms? And I'm going to further that question by saying, did you clear that with Heart Mode Horror first? Because Heart Mode Horror did invite me on to Blame the Algorithm to do some gaming.
Yeah, I have to say, it's just, it flies in the face of your entire video, right? You say you don't want to pick sides, but this is clearly picking a side. And look, all I said in your recent comment was, hey, like, I'm going to judge you for your friends because your friends have been harassing me for months, right? And your response was, well, dude, I defended you and you're right. And I appreciated it when you defended me. But if you're going to continue to associate yourself with people who continue to harass me to this day, well, what do you want me to say? What, you want a medal? I don't know. The actions of these people deserve to be condemned. It is wrong. It's harassment. It's just harassment. And if your friends harass members of this community, then I'm sorry. I don't want to be associated with you. That's it. And I will judge you for that. And I have every right to, the way you can judge me for what I've said here. I expect nothing less. So
Mark, the sarcastic law student, who I've got a lot of time for, says they're like, still don't agree with guilt by association. I don't see this as guilt. No one's saying guilt by any means. It's just like, I'm one for like just calling out bad behavior. Wait a minute. Blame the algorithm isn't my platform. The others can have you on if they want. I also respect you as a creator, Seg, but I am not a fan. Blame the algorithm video was to set a boundary. Can you just click that? Because it's disappeared for me, that comment.
Oh, gotcha.
Don't bring us into other people's shit. You fucking did that. What world am I, what's going on?
I also respect you as a creator, but I'm not a fan.
I mean, to be perfectly honest,
my
I've not
question
been a fan
is
of yours either for quite some time, Andrew. But that's by the by. I don't go on other people's live streams and talk shit about you. I don't bring your name up in other people's live streams. Like, I've not really been much of a fan of Andrew Stonerock since he came out and said that debunking was pointless in a debunking community.
Yeah, that comment was particularly bad.
Like, I ever since then, I've kind of been like, I'm not really bothered about Andrew Stonerock, but I've never really made an effort to go out.
But Stonerock, don't you realize you, at the very least, you implicate me and Seg directly in this comment? So to say that you don't bring us into
other people's shit when you literally say our name. Andrew, fucking hell, I don't know where to begin with this. Like, I don't know. You just don't seem like you're built for this, mate. Like, come on. What are we doing? Is it me? Am I going crazy?
No, I this is pretty surprising to me, honestly. Am
I like this to me is like so obviously ridiculous. I just don't know what's going on.
This situation has just gotten so out of control. The amount of lies that are being told about people from this, and it all ties back to one live stream, one channel where people can go and they think that they are above it all and that they can say whatever they want about whoever they want and there's no consequences, and they will continuously talk about us and talk about us and talk about us. And then when we come back and say, hey, I don't think this is right, then they turn around and say, oh, you're starting drama, right? That I've heard that so many times now, and it's so frustrating. This isn't drama. These people are just harassing us. And I am begging creators of this community to do what we always do and call out bad behavior. Call it out. Do not side with these people. And I'm not talking about Stonerock, for the record. I want to make that very clear. Stonerock is not included in this. I'm talking about the people who hang out in that Dust live stream. Sorry. I'm off my soapbox now. Mason has every right to be heated and braver than me to get up there and say it. Yeah, look, this will get, I know full well there are creators out there who are going to say, who have publicly come out and said things like, oh yeah, I'm staying out of it. I'm out of the drama. This isn't drama. I don't know what you've seen and not seen, but at this point, this is a 2-month harassment of creators who do good work in your community. And you stand
Can I just say as well, Jessica, you're right. I did do a video amongst a bunch of other people in the debunking community, the very same debunking community that Andrew Stonerock thinks the actual act of debunking itself is pointless. But yes, I did do a video defending Andrew Stone Rock about some of the toxicity he was receiving from the Twin Paranormal fans. And it's nice to see that when the shoe's kind of on the other foot, this is what happens.
Where was that comment?
Jessica Christine.
Is it a newer one?
Yeah.
I'm probably way behind.
Now listen, like, you know, I me defending people in the past and then them kind of like, you know, showing their true colors a year or two later is unfortunately nothing new to me. This has been shown to happen a fair few times of late. So like, whatever, like, you know, I'm not saying Stone Rock has to be like indebted to me or anything like that. I just think everything that's happening right now is just really amusing.
It would be, you know, I'm going to use this quote. I got this quote from the Haunt Media fiasco, but this would be funny if it wasn't so cruel at this point. The amount of time that's gone on, the accusations made, the fact that they are just relentless. Even when I was at my lowest, they still dogpiled me and were fully intent on making me leave the platform. It's ultimately the reason I stayed, is I couldn't live with letting them win like that. I couldn't do it.
I just read Sarah's.
Where was Sarah?
Sarah just says, Steg stood up for me 2 years ago. That's why I put up with his singing live.
Yeah.
Hey, Riker.
Okay,
Hey, those mending mediums.
I want to make sure I don't miss. I want to make sure I don't miss
Fire the
anything.
Dragon also makes an interesting point. I didn't get involved in the A1 solution thing, but like the community as a whole absolutely stuck up for Andrew and, you know, all the other people that were being harassed by A1 solutions. But yeah.
Number one, I'm not responsible for what other people say about you. True.
No one ever said
no one accused you of that. Yeah.
When did we ever say you were responsible for that?
Now I can still judge you for being friends with the people who say horrible shit about me. And that's my whole point. That was my whole comment. He does say, I'm sorry for what has been said. But like, again, at the point where you come out publicly and say that me, Seg, and Ryan Buell apparently can't ever go on your platform, feels like a very hard stance to take given the situation, especially because I don't think you know the whole situation here.
Yeah, and
I think
also,
that's
like,
a lot of your problem.
Really unnecessary.
So out of left field. Yeah.
Like, I didn't say a fucking thing. I tried my best to keep out of it.
And like you say in your comment to me, like you knew it was wrong, and you publicly criticize Dust. You even say it in your video, but yet here you go, I don't have a problem with your content. So which is it? Debunking community, content creators, and subs have a right to defend ourselves. Yeah, I feel like we haven't had a choice. I have to defend myself in these types of situations. I know people want to say, hey, look the other way. The problem is it's not getting better for me. And I have every right to speak out about the situation and how bad it's gotten. Or I should have that right. But a lot of people have kind of said, oh, it's drama. Like, drop the drama. Like, let's focus on debunking. I want nothing more than to do that. But these people, they don't stop. And at some point, I have to call it as I see it here. And with half the community being unwilling to say, this is too much, this has gone too far, it will continue indefinitely. It will. I don't know. It'll probably continue anyways now. It's funny how people dealing with the dead can be so consumed by small, petty egos while alive. Yeah. Dust Production is a horrible drama channel. Wish YouTube would remove the channel. You know, I just want him to leave me alone. I just want him to leave me alone, honestly. I want the people in
I'm
his
not
chat,
even-
the mods
I'm the
just
same.
need to
I don't
actually
want
do their job
anyone-
and stop. Stop letting this slide.
I don't want anyone to be cancelled here or anything like that. I just
No, yeah.
I just want them to leave us alone.
Yeah. That's what I've been saying the whole time. And they come back and the same people will respond and make more accusations against me and accuse me of more things. Like that guy, what was his fucking name? Scarborough. After I leave a comment kind of going like, yeah, you know, like I dealt with Dust and those people before, he responds and says something along the lines of, oh yeah, and your first live back after all of that is another drinking live stream, which was just wrong. A flat out lie. Because my first live stream back wasn't a drinking live stream because I was specifically worried about that, because that was brought to the forefront of my attention that people are out there thinking that I'm drinking too much.
Yeah.
And for him to come back and kind of do that, even after everything, it's just, it's horrible. It's horrible. From the start, this has all been about personal feelings and politics. And I do say I have seen some pretty childish name calling rise from it where it's not needed. I hate all of it. Yeah, me too. How far behind am I? Am I crazy far? I'm not too bad, like 5 minutes. Yeah, I have noticed too, like if you go into these streams, and I just want nothing to do with Dust. And that's why I never click the link, as he always says. I just don't want anything to do with the guy. What they do is if you click that link, they try to befriend you. They try to make it seem like, oh, it's not nearly as big a deal as we made out. And they try to, you've seen that, haven't you?
That's an excellent point, because not the first time, but one of the times, like when I had that first back and forth with Flurio, Jordan from JCut Arts joined, and I honestly thought it was done. Like we were chatting, just like it was like we had our debate, we talked it out. We may not have agreed on anything, but I thought we kind of cleared the air. I thought it, like Jordan joined, I thought it was over, it was done. And then the next day, I get met with so many comments, or a dog pile between Stevie, Truth or Demons, Flurio, Phantom Files or Fluoro Files, and Scarborough Gate, and a whole bunch of other people just going off at me about how that live stream went when I joined. And I'm like, guys, I thought this was water under the bridge. I thought we were all being adults here. We talked our problems through. We may not necessarily have agreed on some things, but we cleared the air and that was it. But no, and it escalated from there. It just kept escalating.
There's no way to de-escalate this.
Going on the line, and then just talking things out. You'd like to think, like adults, that would be enough to make it work, but it isn't.
No.
I want to make that very fucking clear. Like, when that happened, I did not fucking carry that on. They did. And I kept my mouth shut for quite a while until I did a repost, because they went too far. Those many mediums who are in the chat right now can confirm this with me. I did a repost on one of their posts. And then it went even further because I dared to respond. I dared to stick up for myself.
Yeah.
The amount of times I tried to de-escalate this.
Yeah, there's just no way out. That's the problem I'm having with it all, is like, it's never going to end, guys. They're never going to stop. And the best we can do is make as many people aware of what's happening here and to tell the community, hey guys, like this isn't acceptable behavior and people want to sit on the sidelines. It's the wrong choice in this case. If you sit on the sidelines and you do nothing, in my opinion, that's the coward's choice. Stand up for what's right. Do the right thing. Go back. And I urge you, before making any rash decisions, go watch. Go look at everything that's happened. Go read everything. And I get that that's a big ask. That's a lot of time and a lot of commitment. But if you're going to say publicly, if you're going to talk publicly about this stuff, you need to know what's going on. And the problem I'm seeing is people talk publicly about it without having the full context of what's happened here and how long it's been going on and what's occurred and how much of it is just pure and utter bullshit. It's exhausting, you know. I'm sure it's exhausting for chat. Dust said kind of directly to Andrew that he didn't care who Andrew collabs with, whether it's Seg, Mason, Beagle, or Buell, and he hates Buell. Andrew responded to that.
All right. Okay. I'll
well,
take
that's still that makes sense to me. I will say it doesn't change the fact that he's willing again to throw. He's willing to say that all of us will never be a part of his platform. Why? Because we disagree with him.
Hey man, at the end of the day, like, here's my thing. He has every right.
It's fine.
I mean,
He can.
I don't. It's the hypocrisy of saying you're not going to pick a side while quite clearly picking a side. But if you don't want us on your platforms, more than happy, man. I've got no interest in being any of your platforms whatsoever. You were never welcome on any of mine. So like that's a mutual understanding. Absolutely fine with that. Stonewall came in and said he's not a fan of my channel. I'm not a fan of his channel. I don't watch his videos. You know, that's fine. He can not have whoever he wants on his platform. Absolutely fine. It's the clear, outright hypocrisy, not only that contradicts the video he just made, but his own comment here. That's the bit I don't get my head around, and bringing me into it at all.
Yeah, he shouldn't have brought you in. But he condemns Dust in his video, and here he says the exact opposite. Yep. And then he says, we're Switzerland, and he says he doesn't want to pick sides, and here he picks sides.
It's so bizarre. It's such a weird, bizarre comment to me.
Yeah. That does help, though. Thank you, Heart Mode. I appreciate that. Like, again, I don't want to come off like we're going off of the information we've got. So that was helpful information to have. And I appreciate that. And I'm willing to say, you know, like, it makes a lot more sense why he's throwing Ryan Buell in there. Again, I think this is still a bizarre comment to make and the wrong move. You know, I didn't, you know, it's fine. It's whatever. We don't need to keep on.
The chat is like flying right now, man. You're probably really far behind.
Oh shit. Okay. We're crowing it. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
No, there's not. I think there's some like important one. I didn't get to read them, but I know Heart Mode sent a few there, and since like Heart Mode's part of Blame the Algorithm.
Yeah, I didn't want to miss Heart Mode.
Yeah, maybe I did try and pick those out so we don't miss anything out here.
That's what I'm trying to do. Again, I care a lot more about accuracy than about. Guys, Andrew's talking about his own channels, and that's his thing. We aren't telling him what to do, but if y'all want to know, just watch the video. We just don't want no internet shit because we like many. Yeah, but Andrew is publicly not liking us right now. Like, that's what this is. And it flies directly in the face of what he said on the Blame the Algorithm podcast. So, no, I mean, it's not. It's implicated your joint podcast with him, for sure. I don't think there's another way to put that, right?
Let me just read that again. Andrew's talking about his own channels. So I think he means like as far as like we're not allowed. Again, make that very clear, man. Like, it's not.
He says any platform he's a part of, which would definitely include Blame the Algorithm.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Will never be a part of any platform I'm a part of.
So
okay, all right, okay, well, whatever. We aren't telling him what to do, but if you all want to know, just watch the video. We just don't want in no internet shit because we like many
creators in this community. Florio and Joan are literally have harassed me for months, just outright point blank Heart Mode. And this is not Seg talking. I'm talking to you. Anybody who's willing to support Florio and Joan from here on out, I don't want to be associated with you. That's my take on it. You are supporting people who harass other creators in this community through Dust live streams. That's the situation. That's what's going on. And it's time to do the right thing and condemn that behavior. That's what I'm saying right now. And I'm saying that to everyone. It's not just Stone Rock, you know. That's the situation. I wouldn't say look the other way. I'm just saying put things straight and don't play right into their hands by letting it consume you. It doesn't consume me, but the problem is it's just, it's wrong. Okay? Like, and what really hurts me is people, I don't know, man. I've explained it so many times at this point. It's just, I don't want to sound like a broken record here. Yeah, accusations of drinking can affect my real life job. Yeah, absolutely. They will. They do. They have a real effect on what's going on here. Yep. Don't go over and show hate to any of these channels. Absolutely not. No. Anyone want some apple juice? I do. I started just a little, but I wanted to, you know, stay mostly in the zone. I know, man. It's been so much to deal with over the last couple months.
There's one. I'm not sure how far behind you are, but
I'm so far
I'll
behind.
let you get there. But make sure, like, there was a good one from Heart Mode responded again to clear some things up, and also there was a very interesting one from those Medley Mediums as well. But you crack on.
No. Yeah, if you can watch that for me, I have so much more to say about this. So much more I wish I said. I don't want to miss it. Sorry, guys.
That fucking bird that
How far behind am I?
Yeah, really far
Where's
behind.
Heart Mode?
That bird that I took the video off that I put on my socials is back, and it's so loud. It's just smashing on my fucking window.
Wait, clearly you're cursed, Seg. That's what's going on.
Get out of it. Wait a minute.
Is it in the house?
No.
It sounded... I heard the wings.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, I could hear it. Chat, could you hear that? Okay, I think we are there. So the Meddling Mediums ad, yeah, we got lied about and gaslit about shit for trying to be fair and neutral, even about shit, and there's still shots being taken now. Yeah, they don't stop. Once you make their list, it never ends. This is it forever. How many more creators have to deal with this before people just completely, and again, they're still going to do whatever the fuck they're going to do. But at least the community would come together and say, this is wrong. We don't condone this. These people, they're gone. Instead, what we have right now is a lot of people just saying, hey, I don't want to take sides. And in my opinion, that's the coward's way out. That's the wrong approach. And that is my opinion. You can disagree, and that's fine. But if I didn't voice this concern at this point, 2 months in to this fucking awful ordeal, I don't know what I would do. This is me standing up for what is right, in my opinion, right? That's what this is. That's your choice. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I kind of don't know what this is in response to. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Listen, I don't like it either. I don't like any of it, but it wasn't about you in that moment, and we did give you support in the past. Yeah, in Heart Mode, I said earlier, like, I have a lot of respect for you. I have a lot of respect for Amber. I said I just don't really know Jay Karts. And Stone Rock, I had like a slight disagreement with, and I apologized to him. I personally reached out and apologized to him. And the problem is, what's gone on here is so blatant. It's so in your face. It is harassment. If you want to associate with people who are willing to do the kind of stuff that they're doing in that Dust live stream, then I'm sorry, but I don't need to be associated with you. I think it's the wrong. I think this kind of activity, this really bad behavior, needs to be called out, and people should not associate with these channels. That's what it is at the end of the day. And it's your choice to take that, and you can do whatever you want. It is your channel. It's your life. This is how I feel about it. Is it all about jealousy? I don't actually think so. I think it's more of an idea of if you disagree with them, if you say anything that doesn't align with their values and you talk about it publicly, that is what could get you onto this list of people they now just come after again and again and again. You know, could be anything really. Here, let's see what's saying. The thing about Dust Lives, and I've not been to many, is if you say anything against what is said and try to say it in the chat, they time you out. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And the odds are you can make the list at that point, and your life becomes a living hell from that moment on. And this is my stance, obviously. It's not sex, but yeah, anybody who's going to continue to associate with the people who hang out in Dust Lives and who've caused all of this, like, yeah, I don't really want anything to do with you. That's my new stance on it. It's hard line in the sand. This is my boundary. If you want to go support people willing to harass creators in this community, fine. I don't want anything to do with you. Seg, are you still alive?
No, I'm just taking it. I'm taking it all in.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, the way Florio spoke about you and then for you and then to you on that Dust live stream was really out of line. Yeah, it was so fucking out of line. Amber, yeah, again, I've made this point a couple times. I don't want to rope you all in. I've said it a couple times now. I have a lot of respect for you in heart mode. And I see that this is not, this is for people running one channel. I'm not trying to lump you all in. I know that this isn't the same situation across the board here. So I hope that is being made very clear. And again, I really like your stuff. I think you've been doing great work. You're a great debunker. So.
Yeah, I want to make sure as well. Like, I want to make it very clear. I've got a lot of time for Amber Dust, heart mode, J-Cast. Yeah, like, it's not. I got no issue with you guys.
Yeah. No, meddling mediums. I mean, this does directly involve you. I mean, at this point, there are so many creators who have had to deal with this in our community that it's out of hand. It is completely out of hand.
You absolutely have been accused of some crazy conspiracy theories like the rest of us have, made some crazy accusations made about you with no evidence to back it up whatsoever.
I mean, Florio has called this entire community a sewer publicly.
Yeah. A sickness.
Crazy stuff. A sickness. They said that my audience is transphobic. They said Seg's audience is transphobic.
Yeah.
At what point is enough enough?
And I wouldn't mind, like, I don't think anyone has said anything along that with that kind of venom to any of them. Maybe I said some choice words about Dust because I think he's a bit of a bitch, but like the others, I don't think I've ever said anything. Like the amount of crap was given to me by some of those people. I've not projected that back to them.
No.
Maybe, I don't think I have. I don't
look.
Maybe that's a bit of a he said, she said, to be fair. Maybe I can't really back that up with anything.
It probably is, but you have to understand.
And being called a misogynist, saying that my community is transphobic, saying that I wanted someone to die, though that kind of energy, I have not. I've had that thrown at me. I have not met that energy with anyone during this whatsoever. Not once. Nothing like that.
And you deal with it for 2 months, and then finally you have one live stream where you break, right? Like the thing is, they give you that level of energy for months, and then finally you kind of reach this tipping point where you just can't take it anymore. I reached that tipping point.
You kind of snap, and then people are going, "Oh, see, he crashed out," and you're like, "Yeah, motherfucker, yeah." Like,
yeah, it's been 2 months of nonstop.
If that's something you want to be proud of, then crack on. But the rest of us see that as toxic, bullying, fucking harassment. But if that's something you want to be proud of, crack on. That just shows what kind of a person you are. That shows what kind of people you are.
I know. It's just...
The difference is that I realized that I'm not proud of putting that live stream out. So I took it down because I don't want to be that person. I don't want my channel to be that channel.
Yeah, I know it's such a hard thing because I think I'm going to leave this up. This is going to stay up. And the reason is before I didn't feel like necessarily I'd gone about it the right way. In this case, the thing is, like, I'm just standing up for, at this point, I'm standing up for what I believe is right. This is wrong, the way that this is being handled by the community, in my opinion, and not by the whole community, by members of the community. And we need to come together and say, this is wrong. It just is. It is harassment. We would not stand for this if this came from an outside party. We wouldn't. If Haunt Media had said this, and they didn't, I want to make that very clear.
They did not.
People would be all over it. But because it's inside the community, it's being treated differently.
Yeah, that's exactly it. There is not one creator, viewer, anyone in our community that would stand for this.
No one. No one would stand for this if this wasn't someone inside the community or a group of people inside the community. Yeah, and something Dustin. Yeah, and everyone's entitled to do what they want. Watch who you want. I'm just trying to get the word out there about how I feel.
Yeah, again, I'm going to reiterate, please don't send any hate over to any of the people we are talking about. That includes Blame the Algorithm, includes Andrew Stonerock, includes Dust, includes Flurio. Please don't. That's not what this is about. I'm not even asking anyone to unsubscribe. You do what you want as far as that goes. I'm not going to tell you how your viewing habit should be, but I'm not asking or telling anyone to do that. I am just literally take the words I'm saying for what they are and don't read anything more into it. I don't support this behavior, and I think it needs to be extinguished from our community. That doesn't mean I don't want Dust to be around. I just don't want this bullshit to be thrown at me and Mason, those many mediums, Lord Beagle, Joe Vitale's had shit thrown at him, Jeff from Boo Production. Like it's quite a lot. It's been quite a lot.
Yeah.
Enough's enough.
Yeah. And so again, this conversation gets brought up of, well, so Mason, staying out of it equates to taking a side. When you publicly say things like, "Oh, I'm staying out of this," you kind of put it on this even weight of what. So it kind of implies that there's serious wrongdoing on both sides, and that this is kind of a contentious topic. And what I'm telling people is that it's not. Harassing other creators in your own community is something we should all be on board with condemning.
Yeah, I actually want to say that actually is taking a side. Yes, it is. So Mason, staying out of it equates to taking a side. Yes. That's not a controversial take. We wouldn't have this. No one, I think pretty much everybody in the community called out Colton's bullshit about what he said about debunkers and Mason in the one video they made. One.
Oh, yeah. And you know what?
Not one person was like, "Oh, I better stay out of this." We were all emboldened to do that.
And the shit.
So if you're going to stay out of it, that does say quite a lot. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the damage done by Colton and Tanner compared to the damage done by what's happened in those Dust live streams, nothing.
Oh yeah,
Colton and Tanner, that didn't affect me nearly as severely as what's happened.
That's because you're talking about one video compared to 2
months of this
of posts, of community posts, of live streams, of countless live chat comments. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Thank you, Tendril. I appreciate that. Okay, let me see. I like Blame the Algorithm, Mason and Seg. I don't think it's right to put us in a position where we would have to choose. I'm not saying you need to choose between any of those. Again, I don't think Blame the Algorithm is exactly the problem here. I think Stone Rock has his opinions, but I don't think he speaks for the whole podcast. And I am asking people and pleading with people to do the right thing and condemn this behavior. At the end of the day, it's still up to you whether you will or won't condemn harassment inside the community. But it's still up to you. You can make your choice. You can watch who you want to. I'm just pleading my case here, essentially, if that makes sense, Cree. Every time this comes up, it just gets me heated again, and I just want to say it. But yeah, it's an interesting situation for sure. It's been so much, man. I don't know how it's been for you, but I'm just like at my wit's end with the amount of just bullshit and lies that they've spread about me, and I don't know. It's just a lot, man. Entire audiences being transphobic is exactly what happens when people are guilty by association, though. Okay, so Mark has said this a couple times now, guilty by association, right? I'm not saying that they're guilty. I'm saying that the people you surround yourself with, right? I have a right to judge you based off the people you surround yourself with, especially when they've come after me publicly. And no, they may not have had anything to do with it, but by associating themselves with those people, right? They are essentially saying that they're okay with this behavior to continue. That's my point. They're not involved in the behavior. They're not guilty of doing the behavior, but by continuing to side with these people, to continue to associate themselves, they put themselves in a position that they are saying,
Can I just throw something out there? Sorry, this might be...
No, you're good.
Sorry. So, early on when I was doing the whole side-eye guy thing, right, I was like... I made some videos on Proving Demons, and Andrew from Proving Demons came back to me one time. He liked the videos, and him and I like chatted a little bit. And I kind of saw Andrew back then as like a bit of an underdog, as like, he's had some rough things happen to him in life, but maybe he's not that bad a guy and all the rest of it. And then I started realize I saw some of the things he was doing with the whole Beardo thing, and it got really crazy out of hand and all the rest of it. And I was just like, you know what? No, like I can't support this behavior.
Yeah.
I can't condone this. I can't. So like, and I kind of just said, like, I can't, man. Like, this is wrong.
At what point do people say the things that these people are doing to creators in our community are wrong and I won't support it? That's my point. I'm saying, guys, we are there. We are at that point where I'm struggling with this. I know other people are struggling with this, and it shows no signs of slowing down or stopping. What are we supposed to do other than plead our case here? I think that's a great comparison as well, Seg. It's a great comparison.
Thank you. I also, I don't know if I really want to bring this whole thing up because it might open up a can of worms, but like, we've been seeing now that the community that Dust was a part of before he joined into the paranormal thing, we know how bad he can get. What we see now, it can get worse.
Yeah. It can get a lot worse.
I think calling this out now is not the worst idea in the world. And, we're just scratching the surface of what we've seen lately.
Yeah.
Like some truly awful thing, like worse than anything that Mason and I have actually dealt with he's looking. It seems that he is done to people in his Power Rangers side of things.
Yeah.
And he's even openly come out and said, I don't know if he ever apologized, but he admitted to what he did. I think he was trying to make up excuses for what he did.
Yeah, he admitted it. He admitted it in a live stream.
I don't know. You can maybe say it, Mason, but I'm going to be careful what I say because I've got to look into it a bit more. But like, what I'm saying is the accusations that have been made about him, it's even worse than what Mason and I have experienced. So it can get worse.
And it's something to talk about, like these kinds of echo chambers where you get these people who kind of like feed off of each other. Over time, they get worse. They get more bold, they get more brazen, and I think this could end up really bad for our community. I really do believe that. I think these people are getting worse, not better. And they're getting more toxic. And we see that. We see that right now. And this is something
I would like nothing more than to not ever talk about this ever again.
Yeah.
Really, really, really do not want to talk about this again. I don't even like Dust can even make fucking videos on my channel because I know he has to. Like he can even do that. As long as he just leaves alone like all the toxicity and all the rest of it, or at least it doesn't come back to me. Just leave us alone.
I'm begging them at this point to just stop talking about me. I just don't want them to talk about me anymore. I just want them to leave me alone. It's all I've wanted for months is for them to leave me alone. And I finally started bringing it back up when I realized that they were never going to do it. And people say, well, their response is, well, you talked about it. You know, you left a comment on this video. And it's because, yeah, I realized they're never going to leave me alone. And if I don't try to do something about it, this is going to go on forever. And I don't want it to go on forever. I'm tired. Okay. And it shouldn't have to go on forever. Don't stoop to their level. Yeah, I won't. That's the thing. Like, I won't, but it's definitely a lot. Also, all the people who they've called misogynistic, etc., showed up to a charity live stream and participated in a healthy conversation and even donated. No one from the other side did any of the sort. The Meddling Mediums did a great live stream to support some very good women's organizations. I know I was there. I know, you know, I don't like to talk about that kind of stuff because that's not why we would ever do it. I was there to support the Meddling Mediums, and I thought it was a good cause. But it does fly kind of in the face of this idea of misogyny. Like, I'm not a misogynist. And for Florio to sit there and say, if you side with Mason, you're a misogynist, that's wrong.
That's a horrible thing to say.
It's fucking terrible. And
that's what I'm saying. Like, not one thing. At least I'm pretty sure the same with you, Mason. Not one thing has ever equate to that. That energy hasn't been met back.
No,
and I've had it a fair few times from people.
I don't lie about people. I don't lie about people. I don't make up accusations against them. If I say something about them, I'm telling you the truth, or at the very least, as I remember it. And if I can't prove it, if I can't back it up with receipts, I will come out and admit that. But the thing is, I don't really talk publicly about stuff unless I am sure what I'm saying is true. They do the opposite. They'll say anything and everything about me, and none of it's true. And they do it without a second thought. Mason, Sag, my missus, and me really appreciate your honest approach and transparency. All of the mentioned folks, Boo and Meddling Mediums, are all genuine folks. Thank you so much, Dave Drake. I really appreciate you saying
Thanks,
that.
Dave.
It does mean a lot. And I know that like a lot of the community sees this for what it is. The problem is more along the lines of like larger creators in the community who don't, in a way, because I think we just need to come together and see that harassment within the community is wrong, and we shouldn't kind of stick to the sidelines. That's my point. That's the bulk of what I've said. Mason, I stand with you. I support you. Blocked Dust and them a long time ago. Again, I want to say, think critically about everything you watch. the way you view, I want everyone to make their own decisions. I don't want anyone to make a decision based on anything I say without really thinking about it, without really looking at the facts. I want you to come to your own conclusions. I don't want you to just do something because I say it. Do it because you thought critically about it, as we teach in this community, and then make your choice. And I do think Rhythm has made that choice, but I just want to make that very clear. When we have stuff on screen that says this kind of stuff, I want to make sure that people don't think they should just go out and do something. No, think critically about it before you do it.
Yeah, also I want to say, guys, that you don't have to take everything we're saying here at face value either. Like, I know it's a lot of work to do so, but the live streams are there, the live chats are there.
It's all there.
Go form your own opinions, and if you disagree with us, then sure, fine, absolutely. But like, you know, I don't know. I don't know how you possibly could, but like, if you do, it's all there. Like, because we both have been accused of taking things out of context all the time. So all I would say is we always have that accusation thrown at us. All I would say is, I know it's a lot of hours, but like, you know, please go do your due diligence here and think critically and independently, and think for yourself, and go watch the original content on what has brought us to where we are right now, talking about this right now, and form your own opinions. It might be a bit difficult because like you need to also go find a lot of community posts as well to fully understand, and you know, that might be a bit more difficult to find, and I wouldn't be surprised if quite a lot of that has been deleted. But a lot of it is all still there.
Yeah.
Like, don't just take our word for it. If anyone comes at you, and I feel like quite a lot has been said. Like, we only know the things that have been said publicly. I'm almost certain a lot has been said. Lies have been made about all of us on the side of things privately. You know, people can say that all they want, but like the content which has brought us where we are now, it's there.
I'm gonna let the meddling mediums get up here as well. Give people like another voice, you know, because I can sit up here and kind of, I'll say the same thing for fucking until my head falls off at this point. But the meddling mediums, I think they wanted to kind of give a little bit more.
Yeah, sure.
If that's fine with you.
Yeah, of course. I can leave. They can come on if you want.
No. We got room. I think it's fine.
Okay.
I think the y'all are on. I can't see you though for some reason.
Hey.
Hello.
Okay, the camera's. Hey.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
How's it going?
Our camera's just off.
No, you're
We're
good.
sitting on our couch, so.
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, what a shit show!
I know.
I know, right?
I know. I know.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't know. In terms of the whole like trans thing, the way it was brought up and turned into this whole plot point to like attack Seg and even like Mason was solely because I'm non-binary. And then when I tried to like clarify and be like, hey, Seg isn't transphobic. He did a whole live stream like calling out transphobic behavior after our initial back and forth. Then it got turned to that is somehow calling Flurio transphobic. And I don't necessarily see how that aligned, but it's so frustrating that another LGBT creator tried using my identity as a weapon and then tried to turn around and claim that we're calling her homophobic. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I couldn't agree with you more.
There was a very. I'm not sure if you want to read this, Mason, so we could, because it's very interesting to actually now that Emma and Riker are on, because there was a very interesting comment. And I'm a little bit hesitant because I don't want this to be like attacking people. And maybe I've done that a little bit already, which I probably shouldn't have done. But like in the Blame the Algorithm video, Florio left a comment, and it was very, you touched on it at the very beginning. It was very interesting. Again, like with context of what Riker just said there, where Florio says, hey, that was the viewer who made that comment about, that she wouldn't watch Blame the Algorithm because they support Mason or something like that. And we can't be held responsible for what our viewers say. We can only be held responsible if we tell our audience to go do X, Y, Z and all the rest of it. But I'm like, meanwhile, in her, like 2 months earlier, in the comments, what's it called? The community posts, I am being attacked through my community by Florio. Like she says that my community have a sickness, and they weaponize transphobia, and that is a way of attacking me.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting to me now that it seems like that whole thing has been completely turned on its head.
Yeah, because they are trying to throw Isabel Designs, which is the name of the viewer, the commenter, under the bus, essentially, when most of my problems come from a creator like Florio and what she has said. And Isabel has said a lot herself, but the thing is, you can't just pin this on her. You have said just as much, even more, honestly, in my opinion.
I would argue the way, maybe perhaps one of the reasons she was so emboldened to say that stuff is because of what the mods were saying.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. The way they act in there, the mods are so toxic. So yeah, when regular viewers see the situation and what that chat looks like, of course they're going to feel emboldened to say that kind of stuff. They're seeing it already from the mods.
Like as someone, I've been in other people's live streams before where the actual creators and the mods, not Dust. Dust aside, like I've been on I don't want to say the name, but I think people who know my channel know who I'm talking about here. Like I was in like a massive live stream. There was like, I think 1,500 people in the live stream. I went in there to debate someone who I made a video about. Their mods were fucking awful to me. And one of the other creators was really nasty to me. And the whole chat, like hundreds of people that were in the live chat there, were just, thankfully I had some of my segues in there backing me up, and thank God you guys were there to do that. But like I had so many nasty, ridiculously nasty comments come my way. And that is because they are matching the energy from the creator and the mods.
Yeah. So I've got the comment here.
Yep.
So they say, like, I would like to point out that none of us have spoken about Beagle in weeks. That's got to be. Oh,
they've gone. Beagle's in the chat.
They're still here. I'm adding you back, Mediums. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
They got moved backstage.
I was trying to update like the profile picture so people knew it was us. But
yeah. No, here, I can move you back if that works.
No, you're fine.
Okay. Yeah, what does Beagle have to say about this? But okay, so yeah, I'm looking at Florio's comment here, and first of all, she says, I would like to point out that none of us have spoken about Beagle in weeks. It's not true. The whole last live stream about Dust was about Beagle, if I'm not mistaken. Am I wrong? I mean, besides the one today, I'm pretty sure that was about Beagle. I think they've talked about him a lot in the last couple of weeks because he made that live stream like less than a week ago, talking about them. So to say that, it just doesn't seem true. And so she says, so whoever sent you that is trying to instigate some kind of drama to reignite drama. It seems very suspicious. Stone Rock admitted he found it himself. So I don't know what. There are so many people trying to say that he was sent this by people. Like, I think they're trying to accuse you and me of being the people involved in this.
Yes,
I didn't have
think
shit to do with it.
Maybe I'm reading between the lines. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll put my hand up if I'm wrong about that. But that's the impression I'm getting.
Reading between the lines, that's what it looks like. I agree. That's all I can imagine based off of what we're seeing. I didn't have anything to do with this. You didn't have anything to do with this.
I mean,
Stone Rock says himself.
They insinuated that Seg was behind the like random alt accounts that were saying things.
And they also insinuated that you guys and me were trying to like, I don't really understand. I'm going to say this wrong, but like, were we trying to like play Florio in some kind of way to get her to?
Oh yeah, no, she said that it was a setup. Yeah, she made out like it was a setup,
something like that. I don't know what's going. Like, there's some crazy like conspiracy theories going around, which I'm just like, what the hell?
Yeah, like that conspiracy we saw earlier from that one account, the unicorn account, where they think there's some kind of master plan here. Like, I'm trying to tell people that I've been harassed for the last 2 months, that creators in this community are being harassed, and they try to spin this weird web of conspiracies on how somehow it's all a setup on our side. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I hadn't even talked like to Seg about the whole thing when Florio started accusing Seg and I of like colluding and conspiring to like manipulate, or she claimed that we were trying to get, like, Em and I were trying to get her to talk about us, and like that we were clout chasing or something of the sorts. Like, there was just so much like throwing around, and I don't know where it all came from. Like,
well, that they did the same thing to me, and they in all these posts they're like, I was belligerent and I was this and I was that, and they just seem to make this stuff up, and they make up so much all at once that it shocks you.
Even about the belligerent comment, the one time where we went on to Dust's live with Seg and Boo Productions was there, I had said that it wasn't fair that people were calling you belligerent. Florio was like, no one ever said that, nothing like that. You can still go find a community post and a comment from Scarborough Gatekeeper where he specifically said that Mason was acting belligerent in chat.
Yeah. And you can go look and see that it's not true. Like, it's just blatantly a lie. They're willing to lie about all of us to further whatever agendas they've got. It's crazy. I don't know. It's just, yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. Sorry, chat. I know. I've been not avoiding, but I have been slacking. Thank you so much, Sacred Grounds Australia, for the one gifted. Thank you so much. All of this stays in the channel. I promise most of the time the channel's not like this. We focus on debunking and investigating paranormal content. That's what we do here. So thank you so much, Sacred Grounds. I really appreciate you. It means the world to me. Yeah, it's been, and I mean, I think you've seen it, mediums, and I don't want to put y'all on the spot, but like, we have done what we can to de-escalate the situation. The problem is they always come back, and they continue off. They're relentless in their pursuit of, I don't even know what the goal is, to be honest with you, but they're just relentless in continuing to talk about us, and I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, like, what their, like, end goal is with everything, because I feel like so many of, like, the lives that have been done, like, on our end have been in response to them continuing everything. And, like, obviously, like, I'm kind of inserting myself back into it tonight because we haven't been really, like, involved, but like you were saying, it still involved us at one point, and the whole transphobic LGBT thing stems from me for some stupid fucking reason. But
right,
I don't get it.
Yeah. The thing is, there isn't anything to get underneath it all, underneath everything they've said. There's no basis in truth. That's kind of the craziest part. And the problem is, to get the full picture at this point, how many hours would you have to spend going through videos? Like, realistically, if you want to understand what's happened here, it takes...
Yeah, to kind of understand what the three of us really understand here, it's a lot.
It's going to take 20 plus hours of sifting through videos. There's also a bunch of deleted stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like there's a bunch of like really long live streams. You got to read all the live chats of said live streams.
And they capitalize on that. They know that. And so they just kind of continue to say this stuff. And the truth gets further and further away as it goes on. And that's what drives me crazy, because all I care about is the truth. And it's not being told. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. If people say that they want to not be involved in this community anymore, I don't see why keep like dragging everything up again and again and continuing to talk about the like quote unquote women hating and anything like that. Like it's been months. I don't understand why we're still arguing about like that aspect of anything. Like when none of it was even relevant to begin with. I don't know.
It sucks that after months, right, we've gotten nowhere, and the real problem is that people want to kind of sit idly by in a situation where this is not getting better, and you have creators who have been here, and I'm new to this space, but like Seg's been here a long time, and how long do we have to put up with this before how many creators have to be affected by what's going on in those live streams before people say enough's enough? And we're here at 2 months. We've got 5 creators, 6 creators in our community who have been directly affected. And still people are like, well, I like people on both sides. It's like, no, there are people being harassed, and there are people who are harassing others in our community. Calling that out should be everyone's top priority here. Or no one, at the very least, it doesn't have to be your priority, but you should be aware, and you should not be supporting people who are doing that in your own community.
And if they're your friends, being a good friend is the kind of like, hey, chill.
Call them out. Good Lord. If they are your friends,
come on.
Call them out. If my friends did this shit, I would be on their ass so fast telling them how far in the wrong they've gotten.
Yeah, think about what's going on here. Like, just exactly that. Take a breath and just kind of go, come on now.
I mean, I've talked to both of you guys like privately, and we've had disagreements about things, and I've told you like my opinions. Like that is what should happen across the board. And I think when it starts becoming such like serious like allegations and claims and like personal attacks, it is something that needs to be like, it can't just be hand waved away constantly.
Yeah.
Like if you want to be like impartial and call out things that both sides have done that were wrong, I think that's totally fair. I think that's totally fine. I think everyone involved to some extent has made a mistake along the way.
Yeah,
I totally
absolutely.
Agree.
Absolutely.
Totally agree. We said this earlier, like, I'm not by no means innocent in this. I've had moments where I said shit I shouldn't have said. I acted ways I shouldn't have acted. The recent, that live stream I did responding to Dust, wish I never did it. Totally regret it. I feel dirty doing it. You know what I mean? That was one of the few times where I really do think I did really escalate things. And I wish I hadn't, but it came for a reason. Like, it's been going on for 2 fucking months.
Yeah. And it's the same for me. I could have handled it better in the beginning when I made my live stream. I think I could have done a better job there. And I wish I had, but it doesn't warrant what happened over the next couple of months. It just doesn't. and they won't stop. They'll never stop. I've realized it. I mean, this is going to go on as long as they are considered members of this community. If the community comes together and decides, no, you're right, like this is wrong, I think there can be real change. And that's the reason I'm saying it, right? Because I'm seeing people be like, okay, you've said you want people to do this. Well, what's the end goal? The end goal is just the community decides that this is wrong. Harassing other creators inside of your own community is wrong. And it should be something we can come to a really fair decision on. Now, I think it's been complicated by the amount of lies and bullshit that has been thrown out there. And it's so hard to see this for what it is now because of how long it's gone on and what's being said from the other side. But I've been careful to make sure that what I've been telling you guys is true. And it's all in the public record. You can go look. I also sent, well, I sent another link to somebody in case they wanted to come up. But Bad Witch of the South is a good point. I saw Bad Witch of the South go in there and just disagree with Dust, and they timed them out right away. And I didn't understand it. It's a situation where
free speech for you.
Yeah, it is not free speech. It's a little off topic, but they definitely are silencing those who criticize their bad behavior in those live streams.
I see what you did there.
Okay. God, I'm behind. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm missing so many of you. I've seen people saying, I'm not ignoring you. There's just way too many people. Yeah, it's certainly far more than it ever should have been. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And look, there is an easy solution to this that like doesn't even have to involve everyone else. If Dust just wants to actually never, like, just don't talk about us anymore. I would be so happy if they just never talked about us again. That's it.
Yeah, without this like snide little. Didn't you say they said Voldemort earlier? Without that.
Yeah,
bullshit,
they started calling me
up.
Voldemort.
Grow
like
up.
Because I said I don't want you guys to talk about me anymore because you're just lying to me.
How dare
you're lying
you
about
say that
me.
you don't want to be harassed by us?
Yeah,
Voldemort.
and then they have the audacity to start saying, "Oh, Voldemort, you can't say his name." It's like I'm begging you not to say my name.
Yeah, this is the thing as well. I can't imagine ever being in a world where someone just said to me, "Leave me the fuck alone," and I just keep going. As someone who's like, you know, got a small by YouTube standards, but a half decent sized channel by like paranormal debunking standards, like. There's a responsibility that comes with that. And if someone just sort of says to you, fucking hell, guys, come on, like, mate, just leave me alone. I listen.
And I do also, I've been kind of not saying anything about this but it's about the Isabel. I know that like she's one of the main people who constantly brings up Mason in Dust chat and everything. Like almost every single stream I've seen, there's some reference to it, and it's always like she's not a creator. Why is she getting focused on? But there are several messages where she says that she has that she's like a TikTok creator, and she still does things, not maybe in the paranormal. But she is still a creator of some sort. And also she's publicly saying this with like her name and image out there. I don't like, I think it's
and also she's an adult as well.
Yeah. Like, you know,
she's an adult.
She's
not like, and weirdly, I've seen some people very, very alarming. I've seen some people go after 16-year-olds. Like that's been brought to my attention. That I don't want to go on I don't want to get off topic.
Yeah.
But but I have seen that, and that's very alarming. But that aside for a second, like, you know, Isabel and all of us here, we're adults, you know. So like, you know, I will own that when I did that live stream as an adult, I fucked up. I've apologized for it. I'm not apologizing to the people who harassed me. I just want to make that clear. I want to apologize to my community for lowering myself to that at that point. I'm not proud of that. So I will say, like, I will take accountability for that. Whether I'm got a YouTube channel or not, like as a man, as an adult, like I'm not. I don't like that. So I don't see this argument of, you know, we should be able. Some people have to be handled with kid gloves because they're not like we're not better than a viewer. I don't get this argument.
Yeah, I mean,
That if a creator says something, that's somehow worse than a viewer. Anyone says anything, depending on what it is, of course, it's fucking bad or good or whatever. Like, you own your words as an adult.
Yeah, if they're gonna be the ones posting publicly online, even if they're a chatter, even if she didn't have a TikTok following or whatever, it's still a public facing post. It's not like a private thing that you like reached out to someone and said something. And just like saying, oh, well, they're a chatter, like they're just a part of the community. You shouldn't be like doing anything about it. That just like promotes like this culture of abuse. Like it's okay for a chatter to do that, but not like a creator. Like a creator just has to take it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's a very strange sort of take, because, like, you know, if people are going to, and maybe that's the reason why Isabel keeps going, is because people keep making excuses for her behavior, and it just escalates to where we're at now.
This is so crazy. I just got sent something, and like it's right now, like they're talking about us. It's like a private message, and it's
what
so
do you mean?
crazy.
Like they're doing there's a live stream going on?
No, like they're talking behind the scenes about this and saying things like Mason is, so I'm reading this, these Scarborough gatekeeper says, and Mason is live right now going after Andrew, and Florio responds and says, yes, I'm being told he is telling the audience to attack myself and Joan. That is brigading. That is weaponizing your audience, and that is against the rules of YouTube.
It never ends.
True.
It never ends.
They won't stop. I'm going to show this.
never
I think I can show it. I can't. I
I
don't want to
literally-
expose where this came from.
Is it a screenshot?
Yeah, it's a screenshot. Yeah. It's a
Fucking
screenshot.
hell. Guys, we're going to say this again. We're talking for our own experience. We're not weaponizing anything.
I'm not
telling
weaponizing
anyone
anybody.
to attack anybody. This is ridiculous.
I'm trying to make
We're
sure that there's
allowed
no
to
publicly
say
identifying
our
info in
experiences here. You can't keep silencing us and trying to shame us into not saying what's going on. Stop it. It's so clear what you guys are doing. We all see through it. Stop the manipulation. Stop being toxic. This is fucking outrageous. At what point did you tell your community to go after anybody?
Yeah, let me show. I want to be very careful.
Unbelievable.
Let me make sure I go about this the right way, and I get this in a way where I don't expose anybody involved in this. But this is fucking crazy. Yeah, let me see this.
I wonder if I've had it sent to me as well, because I've had a whole bunch of messages sent to me, but like I've done this before where I check things on my phone while I'm on a live stream and I accidentally put my camera on. So I just leave my phone alone while I'm on a live stream on my phone.
Yeah, so this is the message right there.
God damn. Like that's
unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can we see that? I don't
like,
know.
what?
I don't know. And
can't really see it, but okay.
I'm not weaponizing my audience. I'm trying so hard to be like fair. Okay, there's a lot more here, so let's start at. I didn't even start at the beginning, apparently.
Oh, God, this is unbelievable.
Okay, harassing. It starts with harassing and cyberbullying policies for YouTube. I assume this is directly related to this video and this live stream. I think they're trying to get me silenced here. Under bullying and harassment, while I explain that I've been
while we're saying we don't want to be bullied and harassed.
I just want you to leave me alone.
Unbelievable. You couldn't make this up.
And then okay, let me see what's next.
And we've openly said multiple times.
I'll post. I will clip all of this too after. I will post. I'm gonna have to clip all of this after the fact and post it as a post so you guys can really see what I'm seeing. I don't like when I have to like show you guys on the camera here. It's a terrible angle and you got to pause it and figure everything out. I'll try to just make it a post, but so I don't know who said this next part, but it says being a little bitch and not letting anything go and conflating things and going after Florio and Joan now. And he told me to stop contacting him. So I do have to think that this is probably Florio because I said I just don't want to talk to you. But I don't know. I'm assuming that's what that means. And we know that the screenshot they had wasn't super recent. I think it was from I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I think it's from a month ago. We need to chill out for now and make sure not to name folks we're having issues with. So they're planning in here. This is all some kind of plan, some. So it says also, so this is Scarborough Ghostbusters, which is Scarborough Gatekeeper. And it says also blame the algorithm or one of the extremely reasonable channels supporting Beagle or not. Florio responds and says, if Seg keeps going at Andrew like this, it's just going to show people his true form. Andrew is a chill dude.
Yeah. Not one thing I have said here do I take back. Everything I said, I stand behind.
Okay. So here's Florio right after that saying, it's definitely Florio. And she's making a point to highlight a section of the types of content that violate YouTube's policies, saying content that encourages abusive behavior like brigading. They are trying to take my live stream down right now for this, for telling you guys the truth. This is what's going on.
Where have I seen this kind of behavior before, right?
Yeah. Brigading is when an individual encourages the coordinated abuse of an identified individual on or off YouTube.
Which is funny because that you are literally going through proof that they're doing exactly that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then here we go. Here's the next section here. And it says, Zombie J says, let him be a massive baby. Do I seem like I'm being a massive baby here? And pulling up comments, people who replied to blame people for
it's in
something
the live stream that I took down. I said, because I've been in one of these I know how nasty they can get in their private chats.
Yeah.
I know, I've seen it firsthand. None of this surprises me. None of it.
Yeah, this is so insane. I've never seen anything like this, to be honest. The entire live. Oh, this is somebody in chat right now. Valkyrie Harvest. I saw this person earlier. The entire live, Mason is ridiculous. He let his emotions get the best of him entirely too much. He's doing the exact same thing he's allegedly protesting against. Again, I have to ask, is that accurate? I don't think so. Look, yeah, I'm emotional about this. And here's Andrew Stonerock in this chat saying, yeah, it's a witch hunt. Andrew Stonerock is in this chat.
Okay. The case closed.
Yeah, a witch hunt. Definitely a witch hunt when you're right here.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
This is crazy. This is so insane. Now I'm just fucking pissed.
Of course.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry I'm going to be so far behind chat. I want to get through this. We need to get all the way through these messages.
Of course. None of it. Of course. Now it all makes fucking sense.
Yeah, now it makes perfect fucking sense.
All of it makes sense now. Of course.
A witch hunt. No, this is exactly what we thought and more. I can't believe they're trying to have this targeted and taken down.
I actually gave Stonerock more of the benefit of the doubt than this.
Yeah, I did too. I had no idea.
I didn't think Stonerock was this, in that. I didn't see that coming.
So then they go on, and I don't think this is much. I'm gonna document every part of this.
Yeah, Switzerland, all right, yeah.
Yeah, Switzerland. Switzerland definitely is in the private discords.
In fact, that's what I'm going to start calling him now. I'm going to start calling him Switzerland.
So, yeah, then they go on, You know, I'd recommend. Look, Mouse even says I'd recommend staying out of this as much as possible. Everyone is guilty by association. Someone named Valkyrie Harvest, who I think was in this chat, says literally he's glossing over comments that end all of his arguments. Again, I don't know what they're referring to. I just want to document everything at this point. This is where we get to the part I showed earlier, where they say, and Mason is live right now going after Andrew. Yes, I'm being told he is telling the audience to attack myself and Joan. That is brigading, which now makes sense when we saw they were already talking about brigading before. That is weaponizing your audience. That is against YouTube's rules and policies. They are trying to get me taken down for telling you guys the truth right now as we speak. How fucking crazy is that?
Not one time have we tried to weaponize anything here.
No.
Not once.
I would never do this to them. Everybody.
This is exactly... Thank you. That's a really good point, Mason. Not one of us would ever do this to them. This is exactly what I was talking about before, about fucking energies here, about how fucking low down they will go, and we would never match that energy.
Condemn this behavior. Creators in the debunking space, you have to condemn this behavior now. If you didn't before, this is proof that you have to condemn what they are doing here. You have to. What else could you do? This is crazy.
Fucking
so hell. All right, so here we have the next one. So yeah, we say, so I'm super behind at this point. I only managed to pop in Flurio's. I'm going to watch Dust stream for today. Florio, yeah, we haven't done anything to them. None of us have said shit other than a joke in here off and on. Mason just wants any reason to harass us. Yeah, that's clearly what's happening.
Wow.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's
unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
The lack of accountability. That's a
Scarborough Ghostbuster. Mason is showing his whole ass.
That's an adult. I want to bear in mind, we openly said just a moment ago that we will take accountability for how we fucked the mistakes we made.
Mm-hmm.
You all heard us fucking say that. Not only that, you all heard us say, don't go over to anyone's channel and give them any hate.
Okay. And here's Dust, finally. We here at Dust Productions Paranormal have decided not to respond to morons who are streaming right now. Do not go to any live chats or any comment section to spread negativity. Let them yell into the void. That is all. But you're sure doing a lot behind the scenes to try to get me reported to YouTube, right?
At least he said, I'll give Dust that. At least he said that.
At least he said something. Yeah. I actually have to say,
that's the most mature thing you've read out.
Of everyone in here, the most mature person is Dust. And I've said this before, that Dust is actually not the biggest problem in his own live streams. He hasn't been. It's the people in his lives. It's his mods. It's the people in this, I don't know, whatever this fucking Discord is.
Unbelievable. I mean, none of this surprises me though, but like at the same time, I am shocked. It's a weird feeling right now.
That's all we got. But I can't believe Stone Rock's in there. I can't believe Florio would do that.
You mean Switzerland?
Switzerland is in there. Yeah. Guys, Switzerland, I don't think they're neutral anymore. I'm calling out Switzerland, the country here. You've changed, Switzerland.
Oh my God, that's a fucking hell.
All right, let's read chat because this has to be fucking crazy. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to go until I see people talking about what I said.
Wow. Oh, I don't know.
Again, no hate towards them.
Yeah,
I just showed you.
Guys.
No hate towards them. Don't stoop down to their level here.
No.
I want to be very serious.
No hate to them. Don't go over to Florio. Don't go over to Dust. Don't go over to Stone Rock. Don't go over to blame the algorithm. Don't go over to even like the guys who don't have like much of a channel, like, you know, Scarborough Gatekeeper and all the rest of it. Don't do it. Like you saw what they're willing to do when we tell you not to do that. You see what? Oh my God.
I think honestly, for me, I'm just like, we're not enjoying this. It can't be good for them to go through all of this. Like no one, at the end, none of us benefit from any of this shit. Like it's not like they shouldn't have to like be going through shit. We shouldn't have to be going through shit. If we all want to be Switzerland, just
I will say right now, I am happy, genuinely. I really mean this.
So much, Sky.
Like, if we could all just stop, I am fucking more than happy to never, ever, ever talk about any of this again or any of the channels going forward that I've got these issues with. More than fucking happy. Genuinely, sincerely. Like, I
can't believe they would do that. I'm shocked. I don't even know what to do.
Like, I
what
really
if they take
do
this live
mean,
stream
like,
down?
Exactly what Rikers, Low Many Memes was saying here. I don't like this.
No, I don't want any part in this. They're now affecting my whole channel. They're trying to get me silenced, essentially. I have enough going on with the people I have to deal with outside of the debunking community. I can't have people in our community targeting me like this, trying to get my channel taken down, trying to take my videos down within our own community.
Heart Mode Horror just said that there are separate Discords. Someone's sharing screenshots. She responded, so whoever's doing it needs to show her messages too. This is going too far. Y'all need to calm down. This is weird, man.
What? Let me see this. What happened to Seg?
I don't know.
He died.
Probably opened
Seg, come back
on his phone.
I'm looking at the messages. They're in the same chat, but let me double check. I mean, I don't want to be wrong, but it's in direct response. I'm almost positive of it to Florio's last comment. Yeah, it's in the same live stream. It's in the same live stream. It's in order. It's in order of events here. I have the timestamps. So at what point, when people are in a private Discord trying to get my live stream taken down, can I defend myself then? And when people tell me that people are actively trying to have my live stream removed, what do you expect me to do? And when your friend is in there contributing to it, talking about it, it doesn't sound like he's not picking sides. It sounds like he's fully on one side.
And
I think I just called it out.
Valky Harvest Heart said they're not in the same Discord. The ones trying to shut you down are not in Andrew's Discord. So I think
this is the same Discord. It's all the same people. I mean, what are we trying to say here? Oh, okay. Wait, I can see that. I can see what's being said here. One is in general and the other is in something more private called, okay, that is a good distinction to make. Paranormal - drama. Let's show that for the record here. Again, I'm just really trying not to. So paranormal - drama. Heart Mode, thank you for that. I do appreciate that. I want to make it very clear what's going on here. Again, I still think you're in the wrong. This is not a witch hunt by any means, Andrew, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt that you didn't know that they were trying to actively take me down during this
people
live.
are saying that there's two different like Discords.
Yeah. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah. Sorry, I just saw people were saying that, so I wanted to
No. Thank you. Yeah.
Make sure
I don't want to
if
be
that was the case.
I don't want to be inaccurate here. Again, like my goal is always the truth. I don't want to give you anything other than the truth here.
Yeah, two different Discord communities.
Yeah. I mean, they're still being terrible in both of them, to be honest. I'm looking at the difference between the two. They're still being terrible, but they're not trying to. So okay, I want to make this very clear. From what I see right now, the people in this paranormal drama Discord that I'm aware of are Scarborough Gatekeeper, Florio, and this is the one where they are actively trying to get me canceled. They're trying to get YouTube to remove this video for harassment. Scarborough Gatekeeper, Florio. Zombie J, and someone named Glitter Flame, and and Dust himself. So there's like 5 of them. So we cannot rope in this case, we can't rope in Andrew Stonerock. He doesn't seem to be aware of that. So he is not involved in that. All he's saying here is that he's saying it's a witch hunt. But again, you're entitled to your opinions. And kind of, they're being quite unfair, I think. My recommendation to everybody who's been involved in that is to leave those Discords like immediately, because I am going to have to report this to YouTube. This is serious. This is really serious. Like you can't. I don't even know what to say. Let's ask chat what's going on here.
Yeah.
Did I make it clear? I want to make sure that we're all on the same page here.
And yeah, Fantastic Publishing has been very clear, like in putting in chat, like not to go to anyone, like don't go report, don't go say anything. That's not what, like, that's not that. It doesn't help anyone.
No, it doesn't. It totally doesn't. I know this is catching everyone by. I got that message like 10 minutes ago. So I am learning with you live. All right. I want to make that very clear. Oh, Seg, sorry. You're back.
Hello.
Hey, Seg. Sorry.
Yeah, I could hear you. So the Stone Rock thing, he's not in the same. You got
he's not aware of that.
From different Discords. Okay, that's fair. All right, then I'll take back whatever I said about the Stone Rock stuff.
Those messages still aren't great, but they're also
but to be fair,
not related. You can say whatever you want behind the scenes.
Being called out, I don't mind someone not liking being called out over someone trying to take down a live stream because they're trying to make out they're the victims in this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure that they feel like they may feel that way, and it may well be genuine. I'm sure they do. But again, we are not trying to. I've never once reported a Dust live stream, even though it's quite clear bullying and harassment going on in there.
No, I wouldn't.
And I never would. Because this is the shit that dirty fakers do. This is the shit Dolly does.
I have to say, Sarah, I know it's so late for you. Thank you so much for helping me tonight.
Trooper,
and being
Sarah.
An extra mod on hand. It's amazing. Let me. Yeah,
it gets to a point here as well, guys, where I've said this for several times in the stream that I've tried to be the bigger person. I've tried to de-escalate and all the rest of it, but it gets to a point where it's really difficult continuously having to have these sort of standards and expectations that are put on you, and it is absolutely not met halfway whatsoever.
Yeah, we would never do this to people. Never. And again, it's like we're not in these like big Discord. I talk to like 4 or 5 people on a regular basis. I'm not in these big Discords where people are just sitting there talking shit. I don't think you have a right to do it.
Thank you, Friday House. Sorry to interrupt you. Thank you, Friday House.
No, you're good.
Say that. Sorry, go on.
You're well within your rights to do it, but I would just consider what you're doing, right? Like I'm sitting here very upset at what's been going on over the last few months, and to see what's kind of going on behind the scenes on their side, I don't even know what to say, honestly. I don't know.
Yeah, because I think I don't know, just reading the chat, people are saying like about the whole Andrew Stonerock, like the mix up with the Discords of not knowing. The reaction comes from months of this kind of shit. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it at this point. It's just, it's ridiculous.
And when do we draw the line, guys? Does Florio have to take my videos down before people wake up and realize that what she's doing is wrong.
Like,
forget everything else. Forget everything else. They are trying to report my video telling you guys the truth and how I feel as harassment against them. And I have said time and time again, we are not harassing them. They know what they're doing.
Oh God, it just keeps coming down to that same thing, doesn't it? It's just like that they fight dirty. They fight dirty with some of the horrible labels and names they call us that we don't give back to them, and then they'll even go as far as to try and take stuff down. Now, I'm sure that they're going to just argue this is a he said, she said kind of thing. Oh, they said mean things about us. And I actually genuinely don't think Florio and the like don't even think they've done anything wrong. I think they're that self-unaware that they think they're completely and utterly innocent. Like, which blows my mind. But like, whatever way you want to look at this right now, we don't do that.
No, I wouldn't do that.
I'm not like Dust, where I'll say I'm for free speech and then clap people who dare stick up for themselves. I actually do believe in free speech, with the exception of people like extreme cases, like what's that fuckhead called? Biff, where he comes in and starts berating my chat after trying to actually talk to him calmly for a while. That's as far as it's got to get to me. But like, they have said awful shit about us. It didn't even enter my mind to report anything.
No, I wouldn't even know where to begin with that.
And to say that we're sending our community over, it's like, are we not allowed to sort of say here that we feel the way we've been feeling here? Is that not allowed according to these guys? They got a monopoly on feeling fucking bullied and harassed.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to make it clear. So again, I want to make it very clear that Stone Rock and any of those messages that showed hashtag general are separate from the one that says hashtag
that's our mistake.
Paranormal drama. And I do apologize for the confusion on that. Again, I'm learning this live, and I did look at it, but I missed it. And again, I'm not a big Discord guy. I don't have Discord. I think I have it because somebody asked me to get it, and then I don't use it. But
I got to get you guys on Discord.
It doesn't take away from the fact that
I'm on Discord. I'm just never on it, if you know what I mean. I'm the same.
It doesn't take away from the fact that they're very clearly trying to get my videos removed for harassment and cyberbullying policies right now, live as we look at this. And it just couldn't be further from the truth.
And considering what they put us through, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is unbelievable.
But I hope, saying, guys, this is exactly what we were saying. We were saying it's never going to end, and isn't it ever going to end?
No, they're going to try to take down my whole channel at this point. They are wrong at this point. I don't think there's any arguing that. Let me scroll down to the bottom here. I want to make sure. Yeah, I just don't even know what to say. Here, Beagle. You are allowed to feel hurt and express that. I understand the sensation. I know that my opinion might be very little, but speaking your mind is good so long as it's above board. Yeah.
Well, and if everyone else is allowed to like vent and talk and like bring us up in streams, because like last time when I was on like Dust's stream, it was like, we're talking about it because we're still hurt and all of that. That's okay. That's fine. But then we should be allowed to also, like, have the same thing. Like it has to go both ways. It can't just be one side can feel hurt and the other has to just be the ones to like constantly move on and like ignore it. Like,
I'd argue we've already been that side. You're completely correct.
Yeah.
But like, I would argue one side has been trying a lot harder than the other.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And I would, the stuff they've said about me in there, I would never say that about them. And it still never crossed my mind to try to do something like that. And I wouldn't, even if it had crossed my mind, I would never do that. This is too far. If it wasn't too far when I started this live, it's sure as shit too far now. And I still think it's a good idea for people in those Discords to kind of remove themselves from that situation. Because I'm going to have to, obviously, I'm going to have to look into this and see what I should do next. Because I don't know how many reports before YouTube actually does something, right? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I think we've kind of said everything we have to say. What do you guys think?
I don't know. Yeah,
I'm at a loss for words.
I'm in such. I don't know.
I need to try to process this. I'm getting some more messages. All right, let's make sure, and I'm gonna double check everything again. I really have to stress that I am sorry that I confused those two Discords, and my apology does go out to Stone Rock for not seeing it. Again, honest mistake. Stone Rock had nothing to do with that. He didn't know about it, and anyone else who was in that general that was there also didn't know about it. So I want to make that very clear. Just one last time. Are they conspiring to get your channel taken down, or are they just shit talking? I mean, no, they're showing like very clear. I mean, they're showing very clear where they want to attack my channel. I think this is a serious matter. Yeah.
I don't think they want to shut the channel down though. They want to shut the live stream down. Is that correct? I hope that's correct. That's slightly better.
I have to say I don't know. I don't know. I only see that they're attempting to. I'm gonna still try to assume the best of people here and say that this is a attempt to take down the live from the information I have right now. I don't see anything.
I've literally got comments from Twin Paranormal fans after my last Twin Paranormal video saying they were going to report that video for bullying and harassment because I debunked them.
Okay, so
that's what's happening here.
We have to get this all out now. I'm just going to do it, and this will be the last time I have to speak on this kind of thing, hopefully. But this is Back into Paranormal Drama, very specifically Paranormal Drama channel. Here we go. Show some proof there. Yeah, I'm not dealing with Mason. I didn't start anything with him. He has screenshots from Discord of us venting. That's not a public hit piece since he has been harassing us for months. We are allowed to vent amongst friends. Again, what you're not venting. You're scheming on ways to have YouTube take down this live stream. I'm not responding to his stream. I'm hearing he's telling people to attack me and Joan now. Again, just none of this is true. It goes on.
That's such a damaging lie, though.
Yeah.
That's such an unnecessary lie.
It's going to end up being spun again into like attacking women, and it's like men shitting on women when that's not what this is about. Like,
yeah, you're right. That feels like where it's going to go again.
Because Joan and Furio are not the only creators that were like mentioned by name tonight, and at all. Like several people have been brought up, but if it's, I'm calling it. I can see that it's going to be that you two are attacking women because you're misogynistic, because that's what it just keeps coming back to again.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah.
So here we go again. Here's Dust. And it says, this is technically a private Discord. You cannot just join and see everything. Anything you say here is not a hit piece because we are not publicly bashing anyone. We're venting in Discord. Go cry, you dumbass spies. You're so goddamn insecure. You're so worried about what we are saying in private. You're the ones making it public. It's actually really pathetic, and it shows how insecure you are. No, I think it's brave of them to come forward, if I'm being honest, and say these people are actively trying to have your channel shut down. It takes a lot to come out against your friends, right? Or the people you associate with.
Yeah, it's pretty much what we're sort of saying from the beginning, but it just, you're trying to shame people for outing your horrible behavior. You're just trying to shame people.
I mean, that's all that's done. If there's
Again,
women who don't agree with them, then the women are brainwashed. Like, any sort of disagreement just gets shut down, and it's not.
Yeah. So when we have Florio back, oh yeah, you can also take screenshots out of context and make up any story you want. What on earth could possibly be the context for trying to get my live stream taken down?
Give them a few days and they'll figure something out.
Yeah, they'll figure something out. I'm positive of it. I think there's only one more, and then we'll be finished with these. Okay, yeah. Here's an insult amongst the entire community here, so that's great. It says, "Oh yeah, you can also." So this is further of the last one. Oh yeah, you can also take screenshots out of context and make up any story you want. The fact people aren't questioning this is hilarious. How bad this community has gotten.
There it is.
She talks about this community. She says it's a sewer, right? Publicly, still on Dust's channel. Like, and to add to this, Dust is a troll. We troll in here as a way to cope with the harassment and attacks. No, you troll publicly as well, just for the record. Get over yourself, Mason. Stop stalking our Instagram stories. What are they talking about?
No idea.
Every stream and everything. It's weird. Go spend some time with your girlfriend and touch some grass, you weirdo. This is how they...
Like, who's calling who... did he say paranoid earlier, or what did he say?
I don't even know, man. It's been so much.
Oh, wow.
I don't even know what to do, man.
Wow. Well, it's never going to end.
Their Instagram.
It's never going to end. That's what all this is shown. It's never going to end.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
don't want
it to end. I do believe they're enjoying it at this point. I think they're enjoying it.
Yeah. And if you know, I think you guys.
I don't understand. I would love nothing more than this to actually fucking stop.
Yeah.
Here's the thing as well, right? I understand that the argument of, hey, we're allowed to have our private space to be able to vent whatever we want. I'm all for that, actually. Go ahead. I'd much rather they have a private space to talk shit about us than to go and do it publicly. I'm all for that. But then when stuff gets, first of all, when stuff gets outed that you're trying to take down live streams that of people that disagree with you, you're trying to use YouTube to silence people. No, there's no excuse for that.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm really glad that was outed.
Yeah. And I still do apologize for the confusion between the Discords. Again, I would just say people should just steer clear of those Discords. It was clearly just a bunch of people coming after me, and you are within your right to do that. But again, it's a Discord. It isn't really private, especially if the general one. This stuff isn't really private. And you're associating with people who are doing really bad things. That's kind of my point, I guess. You can say whatever you want about me. You can have whatever thought you want, I guess. Even if I think it's misplaced anger. But yeah.
Like I said, I think it's a lot healthier if they keep it private.
Yeah. I'd agree. It's just like they do it publicly. But the problem is that they also they also say all of this kind of stuff publicly as well. They've accused me publicly of being a drug addict, or rumors are circulating that I'm a drug addict that stem from that initial podcast. We have them talking about my drinking publicly. They talk about me in every public live stream they do.
Yeah, I haven't watched every live, but everyone that I have seen, you're brought up multiple times.
I think we need to put the screenshots down and come back with a level head. Okay, just in case things are read out of order or things are missed. Again, there's not a lot to be taken out of order as far as the big ticket items are concerned.
I mean, like, a message is a message at the end of the day. Like, there's a beginning, middle, and end. You know what they're trying to say in that message.
What they
Like,
said
they're
in those
quite long
messages. Yeah, I mean, the only thing that maybe is out of context is actually what Stone Rock said to his benefit here. I will give him that.
Yeah.
I don't know what's being referred to as a witch hunt.
It's also,
but other than that,
all of this stuff is a longer pattern of behavior, not a one-off
Correct.
event. If
This
it was
isn't
just
right
a
now.
one-off thing, it wouldn't have.
Correct.
It wouldn't. This like 3-hour stream wouldn't have happened if it was just a one-off thing that was like whatever.
yeah, it's a public forum, guys. Don't say stuff in a public forum that you're going to regret. I'm sorry, don't do it.
Is it a public forum? It must be. Is that how they're getting the screenshots?
Well, I've got to assume the paranormal drama one is private, but the other one says #general. But that doesn't mean that it's fully public. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and claim like I
Here's the
actually
thing.
fucking know.
All said and done, if they want to kind of talk shit privately, fucking whatever, like, you know, but like, it's to me, the big thing there is the reporting of channels or live streams or whatever the fuck they're reporting. Like, that's fucking gross. After everything we've gone through, after everything, all three of us here or four of us here have gone through, you know, on their live streams, for them to have the audacity to do that is fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Well, it's something that also I've seen mentioned in some people's videos is when you're a creator, you're public, so you have to be okay with anyone commenting or making content on you or anything. You're a public figure. It's not slander, this, that. I've heard that argument a lot. Just putting that out there of, we're not trying to, it's not a witch hunt. We don't want anyone to go harass anyone. If anyone does, they're definitely not from anyone in this chat.
No,
today.
I don't want anyone to go harass these people.
Also, is it actually against YouTube's TOS to go to tell other people to do this? Is that even in fact what they're doing?
I think it is, to be honest. I think if you try to weaponize your audience to attack another channel directly, I do think it probably breaches terms of service for sure. The thing is, we have said over and over again that that's not the case. That's not what's happening here. We've said the exact opposite multiple times.
Yeah.
I've made it very clear. So again, and look, I am a public figure. You can talk shit about me. But there are also I'm also a human being, and people should also remember that. You can make whatever content you want. You can say whatever you want about me. But the stuff you say publicly, first of all, if it's factually incorrect, there is slanderous and defamatory content in Dust's live streams and his videos about me. And that is a matter for the courts if you really want to talk about it. But it's more than that. It's just morally, just the stuff you're saying about me is just so far off base from reality.
They're
it's hard to
clearly
comprehend.
watching this, and if we can make something from this, and I'm happy for us to not even actually talk publicly privately about this. I don't really want to talk to any of them, really.
Yeah.
They make my skin crawl. But can we just draw a line in the sand right now? I am happy to never fucking talk about them again. If they just stop fucking talking, saying horrendous shit. Leave us the fuck alone.
Yeah. They're not
We
going
will leave
to,
you.
though.
We will not do another live stream like this. We'll leave you the fuck alone. Like, I'm done. I just want to do fucking debunking videos.
Yeah, I came into this community to
I genuinely
debunk.
lost count of the number of people that want me to make a video on this. And I haven't made a video on it because I didn't want to fucking escalate it. And it's going in that direction at this stage. And I don't want it to. I don't want to make a video on this. I want to let it go.
Yeah.
Can we just stop? Please.
I mean, I think that's ultimately, I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Seg, and there's not much more to say. I want them to stop. I want them to leave me alone. I'm very, very tired of what's been happening the last couple of months, and I think you've all seen it firsthand right now. What's going on, and yeah, I don't know.
And I just want to very quickly reiterate. Sarah just said there, and very well said. Again, this would be like the third or fourth time I've said this, so no one can misrepresent me trying to weaponize anything here. Do not go to any of the people we've talked about here. Do not go and give them any kind of nothing, no comments. Just leave it alone, please, please.
If you have anything
Yeah.
to say it in the comments of this live stream.
Yeah, keep
Correct.
it all.
Yeah.
Keep
Go
it all
anywhere
on.
else.
Keep it all in the comments on this live stream. Don't go any further than that. Anything you do there is it's not good for the channel. It's not good for anybody, and it needs to all stay on this channel. And again, try to be kind is all I'm going to say, even in my comments. So
Thank
Yeah,
you, everyone. Guys, thank you for that. I trust you, and I say thank you in advance for that.
yeah, thank you guys so much for also taking the time to talk with us tonight and to kind of walk through this with us together. I hope for some it was eye-opening. I hope we got the message across that we wanted to get across. And that's about all I've got, guys. I really appreciate this community. I think this is a fantastic community. I think for the most part, people do see what's going on here, and I hope the rest we'll see soon enough. I really appreciate you guys. Let's go through and say goodbye to some folks here. We've got Sage Rat, Kalandra, Maiko, Are You Friggin' Serious? Feral Goth Girl, Mark the Sarcastic Law Student, Fear the Living, Jessica Christian, Big Stew's World, Sarah Bobera, Pomp, Jenna's Beauty Room, Cree Storm, Metal Neck, Pinky, thank you for being a wonderful mod. Hey, Jesse, Bad Witch of the South. We've got Maiko, we've got Quandary, Pam Spencer, Feral Goth Girl, Lord Beagle, Cree Storm, Fantastic Sarah. Thank you so much for helping me mod tonight. She hopped on to be a mod just to help out tonight, especially. So I really appreciate that. Kalandra, Fear the Living, Quiltress, Joe, Lame, Metal Neck, and Sarah Bobera, as well as Dave Drake. Thank you guys so much. I hope everybody has a fantastic rest of their night and a good weekend. And I will see you guys with a regular live stream soon. I appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you later. All right.
Cheerio, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah, and thank you guys both for coming on. I know it's not like an easy situation to talk to or to talk about, and so I appreciate you both being here and kind of giving your takes on it. I know I can get a little rambly, especially at this point, so thank you guys. All right, and with that, we'll see you later. All right, bye.
Cheers. Bye, everyone.